Whew. And here we are back again. We're a little tired and sluggish because we were too busy partying? Possibly. But the party continues today. As Knicks fans, party won't stop until we get to June, and then we'll have another reason to party. But as for now, the New York Knicks have the night off as they are making their way over to Indiana. So tonight we will be covering Cleveland versus Chicago, although we might also keep an eye on Memphis versus Minnesota. Only two basketball games on tonight. They both tip off around the same time, 8 p.m. here. So, for now, let's stick to the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Chicago Bulls. Let's start the show. We are here. We are here. Yes, yes. We made it. Hold on, where the chef's hat at? Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Quick outfit change. Quick outfit. Oh, we came back on the other side. You see how we did that? Went out over there, but I came back over here. You know what I'm saying? Here we are back. Back like we never left. Are we a little tired? Maybe, possibly. Are we a little sluggish because we were too busy celebrating that Knicks victory? Maybe a little bit. But we are here today because we don't take days off. What is today, even a Tuesday, a Wednesday? Something like that. One of those days, for sure. Definitely a day that ends with Y. But we are here to cover Cleveland taking on Chicago. Although, like I said, we may also cover, we will also be covering Memphis taking on Minnesota. I have the thumbnail and the title sequence set up. If we got to make the switch, we'll make the switch. If the other game ends up being better, we'll switch over to there. If this game ends up being better, we'll stay here, or we'll go back and forth all night long if we have to. Only two games on the docket. They both tip off at about 8:10. Obviously, we know 10 minutes after the advertised time. But we are here once again. So let's go ahead and let's run through it. We will start with the road team's best player, as always. And so here today, we're going to start with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell he's having a good year. He's having a very good year. Over 30 points per game, 5.5 assists, 3.3 turnovers, a little high, but to be expected with a guy who has the ball in his hands as much as he does. Rise up, Pages Nation. Judge's dad was popping everybody's. Said apologies. I crashed out about the Knicks winning last night. The Spurs turnovers were just terrible. Hey, brother, I didn't even see you crashing out. But, you know, Knicks winning, it does that to other fan bases. So when the Knicks win the championship, the other 29 fan bases in the league are going to absolutely crash out. So it's to be expected, big dog. It's to be expected. We're going to start here with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, like I said, over 30 points per game. Solid. The percentage is fantastic. 49, 38, 84 from the foul line. He's having a phenomenal year. So why are the Cleveland Cavaliers struggling so much? They're 15-12 on the season if their main guy is doing what he's always done. Well, if he's doing what he's always done, then doesn't that obviously mean that the role guys are not doing their fair share, right? So if Donovan Mitchell is doing his thing, 30 a game, 5 boards, 5.5 assists, 3.3 turnovers, sure, but 1.4 steals, and the percentage and the efficiency, absolutely fantastic for Donovan Mitchell so far. Okay, so that means we got to go over to Evan Mobley to kind of evaluate what's going wrong with the Cleveland Cavaliers. 19 points per game, 9.3 rebounds, 4 assists. Now, he's not playing tonight. He's out with a calf strain, so he will not be playing. Page Nation said, are you going to stream Knicks versus Pacers game tomorrow as well? Absolutely. Absolutely, Pacers Nation. Here's the thing. You guys are likely to win that game. The Knicks coming off Vegas. They're coming off a really tough stretch in Vegas. They only have one day off. They're flying to Indiana, and they have a litany of guys on the injury reserve going into tomorrow's game. So they may have 3, 4, 5 guys out tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see. Evan Mobley is a part of the problem right now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, not a part of the solution. 19.1 points per game, 9.3 rebounds, 4.1 assists. The counting stats look okay. You'll go to the efficiency. Almost 50% from the field. 64 from the foul line is not good enough. You got to get that up, big dog. At least over 70, even as a big man. 35.2 from three-point range is not terrible. That's respectable, but obviously not good. Not where you wanted to be as somebody like Evan Mobley, where he's going to need more. Just that said, Mitch on IG, as this journey continues, I'm grateful. Oh, I saw that. For all the huge sacrifices I made today. Yep. Yes, definitely calling the game. Yep, we'll always be there. We'll always be there for the next game. good, bad, or ugly, and it might end up being an ugly game against the Indiana Pacers, who have been getting healthier as the season goes on, and the Knicks are probably going to be out with 4 or 5-ish role guys, as everybody seems to be on the injury reserve going into tomorrow's game. Daniel Berry Sports, what's up, Daniel? Mobley not performing the way that he needs to perform. Now, he's out with the calf injury, so he won't even be playing tonight, but he is part of the issue for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So real quick, just wanted to mention, if Evan Mobley, they started the year with Darius Garland out. Jared Allen also started the year very slowly. So it was very clear, and the way that they were playing was very evident, that the Cleveland Cavaliers were like, we got to give Evan Mobley the ball, because at some point he has to be the best player on this team if they have any hope of winning a championship or any hope of even making a finals run. The only way to do that is if Evan Mobley elevates himself to be either on the same footing as a Donovan Mitchell level player, or preferably better than Donovan Mitchell. And then Donovan Mitchell can take that step back and be more of a facilitator, scoring guy, doesn't have to focus on the other things. But Evan Mobley has not done those things, right? He's actually maybe even taken a little bit of a step backwards in terms of his efficiency last year, right? Daniel Tozin, what's up, Daniel? Why would they be on the injury reserve? Towns is questionable with the calf injury, or I think they said knee injury. He's questionable for tomorrow's game. We saw him, laboring on the bench. OG Anunoby is questionable. McBride is still out. Shaman is still out. Who's the other guy who's questionable? There was one other guy. Mitchell Robinson is questionable because it's the first game of a back-to-back. So they have a back-to-back. They'll play Indiana, and then they'll fly back home to play. Can I think of it off the top of my head? I cannot. But they have a back-to-back. So they'll be at Indiana, and then the following day they'll be at home. So, again, tough stretch in Vegas, then going on a back-to-back road home situation. So, Mikhail will be playing tomorrow. Brunson, his name was not on the injury reserves. So, all to be expected coming out of that game. I expect Anunoby to play. He's listed as questionable going in, but I expect him to play. Towns, I expect to sit out. Once you start talking about calves and knees with big men, go ahead, sit your butt on the bench until you're healthy. The first game of that back-to-back situation, so Mitch is, you got to pick one of those games. He's not going to play both, Yak said, what's the situation with us playing Mitch now or have him wait to the end of the season? Mitch he's going to continue to play in the similar role that he is because he's playing limited minutes, which is obviously a good role for him, especially when you take into account how much he dominated that that San Antonio game. Real quick, we can look up Knicks injury report. So Karl Anthony Towns, sore knee. OG Anunoby knee contusion. He's probably going to play, but he's on the injury report. Oh, Josh Hart is also on the injury report with the abdomen strain. We saw him also laboring during that game. This is something he dealt with a couple years ago during the Philly series in the playoffs. So, Dres, that's sorry to derail your pregame. Nah, it's cool. It's fun. 25 people in here early. I doubt most of them are even Cavs or Bulls fans, but I just like to go through the pregame so we're all on the same page. And I'm ready to go locked in, remembering exactly who's a part of the rotation of the team. But we could talk about this. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson is, it's a back-to-back situation, so they're going to pick one of these two games. And then Deuce McBride and Landry Shamet are still out. They're not even questionable going into tomorrow, so they will not be playing. It's possible 6 guys out of the rotation. 76ers getting to taste the prime on Friday. Ooh. Oh, that's right. That's who it is, right? It's Philly. I wanted to look up who are the Knicks playing. Let's see. We go here. We go to the Knicks. Tomorrow, early start time, too. 7 o'clock start time, so we'll be live at 6:30. But it's Indiana and the Philly. It's Indiana, and then we go back home and we play Philly the very next day. And then we have a day off, and then we play Miami in an earlier start time at 6 p.m. So schedule is not going to be kind to the Knicks. And then a day off, and then you play on Tuesday, and then a day off, and you play on Christmas Day. So schedule not very kind at all to the New York Knicks, considering they have the Indiana, Philly, Miami, Minnesota, and then you play Cleveland. So the Knicks could be going on a little bit of a run stretch, or they could dig down deep, find some dog in them, and pull out these victories and continue their 5-game win streak. It should be 6, but it's officially a 5-game win streak. Mitch is going to walk next year, I feel. Maybe. You never know. He does like playing in New York. He is a loyal guy. I think as long as the Knicks have a fair negotiation with him, I could definitely see him coming back. But, do they want to bring him back? It's a lot to have to deal with an injury management to a key role player, right? Do they want to bring him back? I think a lot of it is a trust. I'm like, okay, when do we move off of Mitch and transition over to Ariel Hukporti as the backup big? But, who do you think is going to take the win tomorrow? I still got the Knicks, brother. Still got the Knicks. Yeah, so are we allowed to play Mitch now or have after missing October 15 deadline extension? Oh, are we allowed to pay Mitch now? I see, Yak, I see. No. Mitch will be an unrestricted free agent going into going into this summer. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. Cap hit Mitch. He's going to get paid. Boardman gets paid, I'll tell you that. Boardman gets paid. But, with his injury history, the fact that he has to be load managed, the fact that outside of offensive rebounding, he's kind of not even limited. He's just he's a nothing burger outside of the offensive reboundings. He's so good at offensive rebounding, like we saw last night, that it overshadows the other parts of his game. And then he's also, when locked in, a dominant defensive big as well, who can help change the game. So there's the positives with Knicks. Then with Mitch, the negatives is that you kind of have to not build a roster around him, but he has to be a part of certain situations, certain lineups. And Mitch is a loyal guy. He is. As long as they have good faith negotiations with Mitch, I could definitely see him coming. Shut down Wemby. He did shut down Wemby. Wemby is coming off the injury, but he did shut him down. There were also, outside extenuating circumstances with Wemby in terms of his family situation and whatnot, that may have affected how locked in he was. But still, no excuses. You're out there on the court, and Mitch locked him up. So did Karl-Anthony Towns, by the way. He had a really good game against him. Like I said, it's still a party for the New York Knicks. We're still partying. We're still going to enjoy ourselves. So I don't mind kind of messing up the pregame a little bit just to talk about that game. But let's run through it. Again, Evan Mobley is so far a part of the problem, but he's not playing today. So we could move right along to Darius Garland, who is playing kind of, right? So Darius Garland comes back from the toe injury. I don't know if he came back maybe a little bit earlier than they wanted to, than he wanted to, than they thought he would, or whatever. But he's still very clearly dealing with a foot injury. It's affected him pretty severely. 15.5 points, 6.5 assists, 3 boards, 2.8 turnovers, sub 30% from three-point range, 36% from the field. He clearly just can't really explode. The quickness is gone, dealing still with some kind of foot injury. AP, what's up, AP? Page Nation, do you know when Obi Toppin is returning? Not a clue, brother, but I can do this for you. I can look up Indiana's injury report and see if he's maybe even questionable or if he's just listed as out. Right? If we go to their injury depth chart here, brother, I could tell you that he's going to undergo surgery. No, he's done. He's done, brother. He's getting surgery in his right foot. He is done for the season. Obi Toppin is done for the season, big dog. Maybe at the end of the year he might come back, but no. MB, what's up, MB? Just that said medical roster for the Knicks is bigger than the players. Yeah, you saw that picture of the medical roster? It was great with the trophy. It was awesome. They deserve it. But Darius Garland coming back from the injury just hasn't been the same level of player. It's nice to have another ball handler out there, but if he's with the injury, he's a traffic cone. He can't explode, get all the way to the rim. The shot is not there. He might be hurting his team more than helping them right now. It might be more beneficial to just sit down, wait till you're 100%, and then get back out there. But seeing you limp around is not helping anybody, Darius Garland. So right now, like Evan Mobley, he is also, unfortunately, a part of the problem for the struggling Cavaliers right now. Get over to Jared Allen, who, unfortunately, is also a part of the problem right now for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 14 points per game, 7 rebounds, 1.8 assists. With Evan Mobley out now, you're really just going to need to lean on Jared Allen a lot more. This is a former All-Star, and I get he's an All-Star mostly as a play finisher. It's not like there's too much he could do to step up his game, but he could be more active on the boards. He could be more active defensively, under a steal, under a block per game for a guy who really needs to be the backline defense for them right now. It's just a rough look for Jared Allen, who's always had the allegations of just being a really soft big man. Obviously since Mitchell Robinson took his lunch money a couple of years ago in that first-round playoff matchup. That stigma just hasn't really left him, and he's not being the allegation so far this year. Only 7.3 rebounds with Evan Mobley out. He needs to step it up. He's done it before. Evan Mobley's missed time before with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Jared Allen has absolutely stepped up in his absence before. He's going to need to do it here. 14 and 7 is like, cool, great. You're playing alongside, 3 other guys who are more ball dominant. You're the fourth guy on the team who's more of a play finisher anyway, so that's fine. So the counting stats aren't necessarily going to be there. Now the counting stats also need to be there. So you need Jared Allen to step up. You get to DeAndre Hunter, a guy they traded for, a wing they traded for last year that I think a lot of Knicks fans saw the trade and they were like, oh, of course. Of course the Knicks can't land the 6'8", smooth shooting wing. Well, let me tell you something. 15 points per game, 4 boards, 2.3 assists, 30% from three-point range, 43% from the field is definitely not something to be upset you missed out on. Unfortunately, he may also be a little bit part of the problem. Not too much, but they need a little bit more out of DeAndre Hunter, who's in the starting lineup right now for the injured Max Strus. They're desperately missing Max Strus and the things that he provides. DeAndre Hunter is more of a sixth man, and as a starter, he's a little bit overburdened. And with Garland being hurt, Mitchell's inconsistencies this year, Evan Mobley not having the year that I think a lot of people needed him to have here in Cleveland, Jared Allen being underwhelming, it's not helping that DeAndre Hunter is just not really that kind of guy to step into that role and really prop up the team. So he's also not struggling, but not having, especially the level from the perimeter that they need him to. That 30% from three-point range is a big killer for this Cleveland Cavaliers team, who was lighting the league up on fire last year with their three-point shooting, and this year really struggling outside of a couple of guys to shoot the three ball. Get over to Max Strus, who has not played a game for this team so far this year, remains out, unfortunately. He should come back at some point, and he's going to be a huge, huge benefit to this team. The three-point shooting, the off-the-bounce game in terms of attacking closeouts, the movement, the defense. He's not a knockdown defender, but he is a decent defender, and he's a good defender. And he really just fills in to provide a lot of things that this team is kind of just struggling with in terms of movement shooting, in terms of size, in terms of wing depth, in terms of a guy who can really move off of the ball, playing off of Garland and Allen and Mobley and Mitchell. Hunter is not the level of movement player that Max Strus is, so he's more of a give me the ball in a high post situation and I'll go one-on-one. Max Strus is just pure movement, keeps the defense guessing, keeps the defense moving. So, Dave Del Rosario, what's up, Dave? Cavs will lose this game because last game for the Hornets, they didn't score in overtime in the last 5 minutes. No score because they're selling the game. Karma time. You bet on the Bulls now. We'll see. It could also be the case where the Cavs are looking for some level of revenge, some level of a get-right game against a struggling Chicago Bulls team, but we'll get to the Bulls here. CEO King, what's up, CEO King? Yak said, keep players active if needed. Play Hug Porty, Yabu, Clarkson, Koleg, big minutes, and if needed, play Cat or Mitch to get the win. True. Listen, if there's anything the Knicks proved last night against San Antonio, they're a little bit deeper than I think we've been giving them credit for. Maybe you see some Diawara. Maybe we're definitely going to see more Kolek. Maybe you see some of the role guys on the bench there get an opportunity, Huck Porty, guys like that. So I'm not too worried, but at the same time, I would not be surprised if the Knicks ended up losing. Still going to pick the Knicks. I do think it's going to be a good, tough, competitive game, especially if the Knicks go in missing a couple of players. Judge that said, if MG ain't raising the banner, they should let every Knicks fan in alphabetical order by last name, starting in the Bronx, hang it in their house for a weekend. Fair. Very fair. Very, very sad and unfortunate that they're not going to raise the banner. I'm big against not raising the banner. Got to raise that banner, man. Raise the banner. They got banners for division, being division leaders. Like, they won the Atlantic Division a couple of years ago, and they hung that banner. Like, come on, man. Come on. CEO King said, appreciate your channel. Been rocking out at work every time. Appreciate you, CEO King. Appreciate you, man. We're prepared to cover both games tonight. Both games tip off at 8 o'clock here, or 8:10 technically. It's always 10 minutes after the advertised start time. But I'm prepared. If this Cavs Bulls game ain't it, we'll switch over to Grizzlies Timberwolves. And if we want to switch back and forth all night, we're capable of doing that as well. We got it set up and ready to go. But Max Strus is not playing tonight, unfortunately. Very important part of their team. You got the Lonzo Ball, who, had the, meniscus replacement surgery, got a brand new meniscus, and it was like, oh, here he is. He's back at it. And while the defense is solid, and he's still doing 4.6 rebounds, 4.8 assists in the limited minutes he's been playing, He's now at a really bad 5.6 points per game. I believe this is the lowest of his career so far. We're now 25-plus games into the season. Dean Wade is getting the start, by the way, for the injured Evan Mobley. But under 30% from the field, 26% from three-point range, under 70% from the foul line. He just has not found a groove whatsoever. He can't explode to the basket. He can't finish at the rim. He's a limited offensive player at this point off the bounce. Really just a catch-and-shoot guy. Mark, what's up, Mark? He's really just a catch-and-shoot guy now, so he's really not helping. He's really not helping this Cavs team. I wouldn't necessarily say he's part of the problem, but he's definitely not a part of the solution right now. Daniel Tusen said his brother is better. LaMelo, yeah. I would say LaMelo has more winning tendencies as a player. But LaMelo is definitely more talented. Hopefully he doesn't throw that talent away. We got the Dean Wade, who will be in the starting lineup today. And like a lot of the other guys on this team, really struggling from three. He could be, a 36, 37 three-point shooter. It's just sitting at 30% for a guy who's just a catch-and-shoot guy, not much of a finisher on the inside. Small wing, 6'9", like 70% from the foul line, sub 40 from the field. He's not a good finisher on the inside, so he's really just a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, not even providing that. The rebounding is not necessarily there for a wing like him, for a forward. 1.6 assists per game. I do think he's made a little bit of a leap as a defender, but that's only going to get you so far if you can't bring the offense alongside with you. Mark, what's up, Mark? Mark said, how about them Knicks? Tyler Kohler getting some major, much-deserved press today, as he should. And he should remain a permanent fixture of the rotation from this point moving forward. Daniel Tilson said he's got to fix that shot, Dean. He's got to find some solution, some ability to be effective offensively, especially with Mobley going to be out. We get the Larry Nance Jr., who I believe is also out here today. He will not be playing. Just a solid backup big who they won't have in the rotation tonight. As a matter of fact, just to double check on that, he's been out for a while. I don't think he's available today. If I double check it, if I go to the Cavs and then we go to their injury list, their injury report here on ESPN tells me that Sam Merrill is out. I didn't realize he was out. He's out with a hand sprain. Larry Nance Jr. is out. Expect to miss the next 3 to 4 weeks of action. That was 2 weeks ago. So he is out today. Yep, he's still out with a calf injury. So they get a lot smaller. With no Mobley, no Nance, Cleveland getting a lot smaller. AB said, I'm a Kolek fan. I did not think the Knicks were going to win that game. I'm still in shock. Trying to tell you, AP. Trying to tell you. Every time, try to doubt the Knicks. They prove you wrong, big dog. Every single time, they've been proving you wrong these past 2 years. Lionel Motors, what's up, Lionel? Yak said, I worry when AP picks us to win. Yeah. We get over to Jaylen Tyson, who is one of the few bright spots here for the Cleveland Cavaliers this season. 13 points per game, second-year player, out of California, a guard / wing, 6'6", 5.7 boards, 1.9 assists, 46.5% from three-point range. And boy, oh boy, did they need somebody to actually knock down some shots, especially with Sam Merrill. Merrill going to be out now. 52.7% from the field, 78% from the foul line, 46.5% from three-point range. He's been like a real big bright spot for this team that needed somebody to step up, with Hunter struggling, with Max Strus out, with Garland out, now with Mobley out, with Larry Nance Jr. out. Whew, man, they needed somebody to step up. Jaylen Tyson has been that guy. Now, there's only so much you could do, but they needed somebody to step up, and at least Jaylen Tyson is giving them something. Sons Jen, what's up, Sons Jen? Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug Fresh? Judge Detson, was he on the Cavs team with LeBron? Larry Nance Jr.? If we're talking about Larry Nance Jr., he was. He was a part of that trade with Jordan Clarkson. When they got traded from the Lakers, they went over to the Cavs. And then Larry Nance Jr. bounced around a little bit, has found his way back with the Cavs. We get over to Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill will not be playing today. He is incredibly important to this team, 44% from three-point range, He kind of fills in a lot of the void that Max Strus leaves. Without him, without Max Strus, without Sam Merrill, they're really down a large portion of their ability to spread the court out and knock down threes and open up driving lanes for Mitchell, for Garland. So the court is going to be shrunk here today. They're going to run a lot of probably Mitchell, Allen pick and rolls and see if they can create something out of that. But they're going to be spreading it out to guys who are just not going to be ready to fire. Now, maybe they have a good variance game and these guys can step up and knock down some shots. It's just not something that I think we're going to be able to rely on. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? We get to Josh Giddey and the Chicago Bulls now, and Chicago Bulls memorably, very famously, or maybe infamously at this point, got off to the rollicking 5-0 start. They were one of the last remaining undefeated teams in the NBA. It was incredible, and people were like, hold on, are the Bulls a little bit better than we thought? Are they actually going to be a top 6 seed here in a weaker Eastern Conference? As a matter of fact, that fifth win that they picked up was against the New York Knicks. It was against the Knicks in a tournament, in an NBA Cup game. How funny it is to look back where the Chicago Bulls took down the New York Knicks in that NBA Cup game. Knicks ended up actually getting blown out majority of the game before making a rollicking comeback, but ultimately going down to the Chicago Bulls in that one. And then after that, the Knicks beat them, and they kind of have been in a tailspin ever since that. Listen, they got off to a really hot start shooting the ball. Since then, they've come back down to earth, and with that, so has their record and their play overall. Josh Giddey, I mean, he's still very good. 20 points per game, 9 rebounds, 8.8 assists. Whereas before, it felt like he was a lock to make his first All-Star team. Now, he's kind of back on that fringes. It's going to come down to a vote at the end there. We'll see if he'll make it. With how bad the Bulls have been playing, I don't think anybody will give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to voting. They might give other guys a spot over him. 1 steal, 0.4 blocks for Josh Giddey, 3.7 turnovers. Again, approaching that 4 turnover. Once you start getting over 3.5, I start looking at you a little sideways. Still hovering around 3.5, but got to get those turnovers lower if you want to be more effective for your team. 48% from the field, 75% from the foul line, almost 40%, pretty much. We'll round up for him. 40% from three-point range. Josh Giddey still doing his thing. The fact that the three-point shot remains to go down is a great sign for them as a building block moving forward. But, you know, the defense, the ability to attack off the bounce, teams have really scouted him a lot better to keep him out of the paint a little bit more, forcing him to shoot more jump shots. Now he's still knocking them down with a decent percentage. But again, the turnovers, the counting stats are a little bit down from where he was earlier in the year. But he's fine. He's fine, right? He's doing really well. He's just not doing enough to help uplift this Bulls team. We get to Coby White. Coby White coming back from the injury. When the Bulls got off to that fast, hot start, it was like, well, they're doing this without possibly their best player, if not, you know, their second best player, Coby White, right? Wait till he gets back. Well, he's gotten back and hasn't really helped improve the status of this Bulls team since coming back. 21.7 points per game, 3.2 assists, 3.2 rebounds, 5 assists for him, which is solid. Under 3 turnovers, a little high for a secondary ball handler, but again, he's handling the ball at a decent amount, so I'll take it. Wish he could get a little bit more than 5 assists, same with the 3 turnovers, but he's more of a scorer anyway. 43% from the field, 27% from three-point range. The efficiency just isn't there. He is just coming back from the injury, so we'll give him a little bit of leeway, a little bit of a runway here to kind of pull himself back together as the season goes on. We know what he's capable of. He's more of a veteran at this point at 25 years old. Kind of have an understanding of what he's capable of. Definitely capable of putting up better efficiency than this. But you know, coming back from the injury, we'll give him some time to get right. But you know, with the Bulls faltering the way that they are, kind of running out of time because the Bulls need to pick up some win cheers. They're now 5 games below 500 here. Yak said, yesterday's game was so fun with the NBA only game making a statement. They know who Kolek is and and some GMs drooling for Mitch. Yeah. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? AP said, did you get your NBA Cup championship shirt and hat? Not yet, brother, not yet. But we will put that order in soon, for sure. We will rock it on the stream. I'm gonna put the order in. Hopefully, like they don't sell out or anything, but I will put the order in. We get to Nikola Vucevic, who started the year turning back the clock back to his prime at 35 years old. He's past his prime here, but he was averaging 20 and like 12 earlier in the year, especially when they beat the Knicks. He was shooting over 40% from 3. It's now dipping to around 38. and, hovering around there. 48% from the field is fine. It's solid. 77% from the foul line is fine. It's solid. It's good. Only down to 15 points per game after averaging around 20 for the first handful of games of the year. To be expected, as an older big man here, he's not the same level player he used to be. Still really good, still really effective, but the defense just is always going to be an issue when you have Vucevic down low in your middle, and then you don't have other good defensive players to kind of surround them with. They were hoping that Pat Williams was going to be a guy like that for them, and he just hasn't. But we'll get to Pat Williams when we get to Pat Williams. We get to Maras Buzelis now. Buzelis has been one of the few bright spots, along with Giddey. They get Coby White back, so I think they're happy to have Coby White back. But Buzelis is kind of the building block cornerstone of this team. Their high lottery draft pick, I believe he was 7th overall, but 13.6 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 1.6. He got off to a really strong start to the year. Percentages starting to fall down. He was over 50%, now under 50%, and he was hovering around 40% from three-point range, and he's now down to 32.4. The three-point shot is leaving him right now. He shot at 36% last year, so maybe started off hot, went through a slump, and it'll average out to around similar to where it was last year. At least it should, right? That is the hope. But he's still making good strides in his development. In his second year here, he's got the size. Listed at 6'10". I don't know how true that is. He might be a little bit smaller than that, but he definitely still has size, even if he's closer to like 6'8", 6'9", to be really effective on the wing. The ball handling has shown improvement. The shooting has shown improvement. The shot making, the finishing, they've all shown improvement. He's up 5 points in his per game average. He averaged about 8 last year, now up to about 13.5. It was higher than that, obviously, to start the year with the hot shooting. But if he can bring that back around, we should see him hover around 15 points per game this year, which would be a huge development for the Chicago Bulls moving forward. Avery said, I got mine at midnight yesterday. They went on sale right away. They made a killing, picked up 2. Yeah, I got it going. Yeah, I said, announcers got so excited when the Spurs took a 10-point lead and Wemby hit a few shots. Didn't last long. The Knicks continued to fight back. They kept it pretty close. I think a lot of people were surprised that the Knicks kept it as close as they did, and then were really surprised when the Knicks took the lead the way they did. Avery said, I don't think I'm watching baseball next summer. No Pete Alonso. Yeah, Mets. Looking to take one step back to maybe take 2 steps forward in the future, but we'll see. We get to Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo Dosunmu is one of the, I think everybody knows he's good and whatnot, but I think he's still one of the most underrated players in the league. He's averaging 15 points per game off the bench for the Chicago Bulls. Or is he starting today? I forgot to take a look at it. They're announcing the starters now, so. We know Buzelis is in the starting lineup, but I'll keep an ear out to see if Ayo Dosunmu is in the starting lineup. Either way, 15.2 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 3.2 assists. He is in the start. That's Isaac Okoro. That's not him. 1.4 turnovers. He just is really good at doing his job. 6'5", long wingspan. He's more of a wing than a guard, even though he's a little bit more of a guard build. 47% from three-point range, though. 52% from the field. I mean, this guy, he doesn't take a ton of three-point shots, but he knocks them down with regularity if you do leave him open, knocks him down within rhythm. He is coming off the bench, by the way. Coby White and Giddey in the starting backcourt, obviously, with Okoro at the wing. But Ayo Dosunmu, I think the team that could possibly pry away Ayo Dosunmu from the Chicago Bulls is going to be one of the most underrated moves in the league. He's fantastic. He's really good. Really smart, intuitive basketball player on both sides of the court. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? All I heard yesterday from the haters and fake sports analysts, Wemby this, Wemby that. How about these cashews, these peanuts? New York stand-up. Yes, sir, Chi-Chi. Yes, sir. Off of the backs of our guy, Mitchell Robinson, right, Chi-Chi? Mitchell Robinson won us that game right there. AB saying, we don't know what the New York Liberty is going to be. No, I mean, things move quickly, man. Things move quickly. Let's go over to Isaac Okoro. He's their starting wing. After starting off the year really, really slow, starting to round back into form. The defense is solid. The three-point shooting is starting to become respectable again. Start of the year really, really tough. But Isaac Okoro rounding back into form. Not much to say. Solid 3-and-D guy. Limited 3. And not dominant defensively, just solid defensively. So, he's fine. Trey Jones started the year shooting like 46% from 3. He's now down to 26, which is a lot closer to what he's been shooting throughout his career. Yeah, he's kind of fallen off a cliff with that. Still 12.5 points per game, 5 assists off the bench. He's really solid as a backup guard. He's just limited with his perimeter shooting, and that could hurt him in the long run. We're getting ready for tip-off here, so I'm kind of running through it a little bit quickly here. Kevin Huerter, his most important attribute is the fact that he's a three-point shooter, and he's not shooting it well from three. That's always going to limit you as a basketball player. It's part of the reason he's best around the league a lot. I think we're all off the Patrick Williams bandwagon here. 7.6 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 1.3 assists. Percentages not looking all that great. Low volume on the three-point shooting. He's no longer even starting. Lost to Buzelis. Zach Collins will play today. He was injured. He's an important backup big for them. He is coming off the injury reserve, rounding back into form, so we'll see. And here we go. We're in the game. Cavs win the tip, and Mitchell has it up top. They get it over to Allen. Allen up top. Hands it off to Garland. Coming to his right, dancing with it. Crosses over to his left. Gets it in the lane. They swing it out up top. Donovan Mitchell, a wide open straightaway three. Comes up short on it. Long rebound. Josh Giddey picks it up. And get it over to Coby White, bringing it down. They get it over to Giddey. Coming to his right. Off the Vucevic screen. Stops, turns, spins. Up top to Buzelis. Catches. Pump fakes. Coming to his right. Gets it over to Giddey. No, throws it over his head and out of bounds. All going back to the Cavs here. Mitchell gets it into Jared Allen on the pick and roll. Easy finish for Jared Allen there, and they're going to need a lot of that tonight. Here comes Giddey. They get it over to Vooch. Vooch has it up top, being guarded by Allen. Vucevic gets it over to Coby White, coming to his left, down the lane, hesitates, driving it down, takes a bump, throws up the baseline floater, got it to go. He's looking for a foul. He doesn't get it, but he did get the floater to go. We're tied up at 2. Mitchell on the left wing, being picked up by Giddey. Mitchell going to quickly look to attack, have him in the post, backing him down, throws up the floater, got it to go easily over Josh Giddey there. Walked him to his spot and knocked it down. Giddey cross-court pass to Coby White, coming to his right. And an offensive foul on, is that Vucevic? On Coby White. They call a push-off on Coby White there as Garland hit the floor. NYC Noir, what's up, NYC Noir? Mitchell has been ice cold. He's coming off a really bad game. Not the previous game, but the game before that, as he misses a step-back three there. 2 Chicago Bulls collide for the rebound. The Cavs pick it up and they get it out to Garland for the three, and he misfires as well. Now here comes Coby White bringing it down the other way. White has it up top, being guarded by Dean Wade. Coming to his left off the Vucevic screen, driving it down in the lane. Coming to his left, lefty layup, got it to go. Coby White getting to his bag here today. First 2 points for Chicago. Here comes Garland bringing it down, being guarded by Giddey. Coming to his left off the Allen screen. Stops, hesitates, driving it down in the lane, throws up a lob to Allen, catches, throws it up and in. They're going to need to feed Jared Allen a lot here today on the pick and roll. Here comes Giddey quickly trying to push it the other way. Lost the handle, picks it back up, loses his handle, so he loses his dribble. So he tries to feed Vooch cutting back door. Bad pass, he can't handle it. They get it out to Jaylen Tyson, who stops and kicks it out to Garland. A deep straightaway three as the trailer splashes it, nothing but net. And a 5-point lead for Cleveland here early, 9:30 to go. Buzelis driving it down and draws a foul on the floor. NYC Noir. Thanks for doing the play-by-play. Appreciate you, NYC Noir. We're here 6 days a week, brother. We're here 6 days a week. So if you're down to watch basketball, I will be here. I will be here. We don't miss Knicks games. James Sumler, what's up, James? Giddey has it, driving it down, gets stripped by Tyson. No, they hit Tyson with the foul call. It's going to send Giddey to the foul line for 2. Just that's it. What are these Bulls uniforms? They're not good. They're not good, I can tell you that. They're not good uniforms. They have like this, I don't know, teal blue kind of like outline to it with the red. It doesn't look good at all. It doesn't look good at all. It looks very cheaply made. This is a terrible design. Is that Josh Lane? Josh Lane, what's up, Josh? Got yourself a new sub, good sir. Appreciate you, Josh. Appreciate you, Josh. Like I said, we are prepared to switch back and forth between this Cavs-Bulls game and the Grizzlies Timberwolves game, depending on which game ends up being the best game tonight. But we'll keep an eye on both games anyway as it goes through, as we only have a 2-game slate tonight, so it makes it easy to bounce around the league. The Cavaliers swing it around, and Jaylen Tyson knocks down a right corner three. We talked about him being an absolute marksman. And D Forrest, what's up, D Forrest? D Foster, not Forrest. D Foster, what's up, D Foster? Vucevic swings it in the corner to Okoro. He hesitates from three. He's going up against his old team, but spins right off of Donovan Mitchell for the lefty layup. Mitchell driving it down against Buzelis, draws the foul, flips it up and in two for Donovan Mitchell. He's trying to get it going here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just under 9 to go. It's 14-8 with Donovan Mitchell going to the foul line for one more. AP said he's now a full-time operation. I guess technically, because we're here all the time, but definitely the channel is definitely not profitable, I'll tell you that. We're still in the red. Donovan Mitchell knocks down his free throw. Giddey bringing it down, being guarded by Tyson. They get it over to Buzelis. Buzelis up top being guarded by Garland. Coming to his left, leaves it off for Vucevic as he slipped the screen. They swing it around. Giddey, wide open right corner three. Good ball movement. And he rewards his teammates by knocking down the corner three. 15-11. Mitchell did knock down the free throw. Forgot to tell you. 15-11 now. 8:30 to go. Garland has it up top, attacking to his left. Tried to hit the pocket pass to Jared Allen, but a kickball violation on the Bulls. AB said the Bulls made a deal with the NBA Devil, 6 Michael Jordan championships, and you'll be bad for the next 40 years. Well, I don't think they made a deal with the Devil. I think they just lucked into Michael Jordan, and then they've always been a poorly run organization. They were a poorly run organization with Michael Jordan. He was just so good. He was just so good that he was able to overcome that and win the championships. Jared Allen drove it down, by the way, and dropped it off to Dean Wade for an easy dunk as he cut along the baseline. So another easy basket at the rim for the Cavs there. Giddey driving it down, throws up a floater. Bad shot over Jared Allen. Good defense from him. Here comes Mitchell driving it down the other way. Hesitates, crosses over, pulls it back out. Fancy handling, crossing over to his left in the lane. Goes under the basket, kicks it out. Garland wide open, right corner three. Just hit one from the top, and he knocks it down from the corner. Adding to the lead now, it's up to 9, 20-11. Buzelis drives it down. Scoop blade with the right hand over Jared Allen. Got it to go. Good aggressive move from him as he attacked from the right wing. Here comes Mitchell bringing it down the other way, looking for an answer. Quick crossover to his left, driving it down in the lane. Takes some contact, flips it up at the rim, looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Coby White has it. Hit ahead to Giddey. Giddey loses the handle, kicks it out. Coby White, a right wing three. Coby White gets it to go down. The Chicago Bulls fighting back early, and a timeout from the Cleveland Cavaliers. A 9-point lead quickly cut to 4 here. 20-16 with 7:30 to go. Pretty good game so far, 20-16. Both teams going back and forth. Let's check out the other game. We're going to keep an eye on both games here tonight. As a matter of fact, I should go ahead and throw the split screen up just for myself so we can keep an eye on the other game. We don't have to do it through the through ESPN. But we'll do it anyway. 12-8 in that one. Much lower scoring game so far. Much lower scoring game. Part of the reason why I didn't want to do the Grizzlies is because as long as the Grizzlies have been missing Zach Giddey, they have been bad. When Zach Giddey has played, they've been good. They've actually been a fun watch. But if Zach Giddey is going to miss more time here, Grizzlies are like this close to entering the ban list. They're this close. They're this close. They're not all the way there. Not all the way there yet, because John Morant's still good. Jaren Jackson Jr. is still good. So there's promise there with the Grizzlies. Cedric Howard is fun to watch. They've got some reasons to watch them, so they're not on the ban list. We'll still watch. We'll tune into Grizzlies games if they have the game of the night. But man, and I will say Anthony Edwards is out for the Timberwolves, so it's also part of the reason why we lean more towards the Cavs Bulls game here today. Mike 543, what's up, Mike? Who's going to be doing a trade with Minnesota soon? We'll see. We'll see. The rumors are out that Minnesota is eyeing Coby White, but you know. What is Minnesota willing to give up for Coby White? Is it a Dante move? Does it become a larger deal with multiple teams involved? We'll see. Big Rud said, LOL, I'm going to get you for this. Me? What did I do? You talking to me or somebody in the chat? What did I do? All I'm doing, Big Rud, is covering your Chicago Bulls, big dog. Yeah, because the score will be 135-134. Who has the over? Yeah, it's a very fast-paced game so far. 7:30, as I let the timer tick way too far down, my bad. 7:30 to go here in the first quarter, and it's already 20-16. Not a ton of defense being played here tonight. Mike said Bulls want 3 players and the first-round draft pick. The first-round draft pick that Minnesota has, and 3 players. What players, though? Players are they getting? What players? Like, Minnesota thinks that they could compete for a championship. What 3 players would they be willing to let go to bring in Coby White? Dante, one of those guys? Because as a Knicks fan, brother, we're eyeing that Dante. We're eyeing Dante. Big Red said, covering my Chicago Bulls. I was hiding from them. Hey, man, it's a good game so far. It's a good game so far. Just enjoy it. You just got to enjoy some basketball, big dog. Garland gets it over to Allen. Allen has it up top. Zach Collins is in the game here for the Bulls. Isaac Okoro knocks the ball out of bounds. There we go. So the Cavs still have possession. There is 8 seconds on the shot clock. Garland has it up top. Herter switched on to him. Garland dribble, pull up straightaway 3. Oh, Darius Garland has it going from the perimeter tonight. His 3rd 3 of the game already. 23-16, 7 minutes to go. Giddey crosses over to his right, picks up his handle. Gets it out to Coby White. Back to Giddey. Giddey driving to his right on Dean Wade as he switched. Kicks it in the corner to Herter. Herter, cross-court pass to nobody. Out of bounds. Ball going back to the Cavs. You know what, Big Rod? I might have to apologize. That was ugly right there. That was really ugly. Garland has it up top. Being guarded by Okoro. Coming to his right. They get it over to Jared Allen. Stops, turns, spins, loses the handle, loose ball. They save it over to Giddey. Giddey quick ahead to Coby White. And Coby White blows a dunk. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Chicago, I was getting ready to celebrate your defense leading to your offense. On the other end, Dean Wade misses an open right wing 3. Here comes the Bulls bringing it down the other way. At least they didn't get punished too badly for that. They get over to Herter. Herter has it up top. Jab step, driving to his left. Stops, pump fake, spins. Kicks it up top to Coby White. Coby White dancing with it. Kicks it in the corner. Zach Collins, they'll give that to him. And Zach Collins can't make them pay as he misses the corner 3 there. Here comes Garland. Garland up top being picked up by White. Coming to his left off the screen. Stops, pump fakes, kicks it over to Jaylen Tyson in the left corner. And he splashes it from 3. And that's a guy you want to run off the line. We talked about him shooting 44% from three-point range so far. Coby White looking to answer. Way off on that one. Garland picks up the long rebound, bringing it down the other way. Has it up top, dancing with the ball. Tried to hit a pocket pass to Jared Allen. Bad pass from him. Gets picked off from Collins. Here comes Coby White bringing it down the other way. Leaves it off for Giddey. Extra pass. Herter, wide open right corner 3 from him. He can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Jared Allen able to pick it up. Here comes Darius Garland bringing it down the other way. Garland on the left wing being guarded by Herter. Coming to his right off the Allen screen. Stops. Kicks it over to Wade. Wade download to Jared Allen. It's a tough pass, but the Bulls just not active with their hands defensively, and the pass sneaks right past them, and an easy layup for the Cavs there. And Cleveland threatening to run away with it. They're up 12 early. Lana Mona said, no more Alvarado talk. We got Tyler Kolek. Now, look, I will take Alvarado over Clarkson, though. I never thought of Alvarado over Kolek. It was always Alvarado over Clarkson. Keenar said, okay, I got Spider points and assists, Jared Allen points and rebounds, and Giddey PRA. Not bad, not bad. Those guys are definitely known for getting those things, so pretty good to put that all together. I'm going to do the split screen here, so when we do have game breaks, we can take a look at the other game going on. There's only 2 games on the slate we've talked about. Are they going to let me do it? Multi-view, there we go. Just the double. There's only 2 games on. The other game, 4:50 to go on that one. It's a 1-point game, 17-16. Bones Highland has completely surpassed, as he left it off for Rudy Gobert. Nice pass from Bones Highland, who has completely surpassed Rob Dillingham in the rotation now. He has completely surpassed, which is tough for a guy that they traded multiple assets to trade up into the lottery, the Timberwolves did, in order to draft Rob Dillingham, thinking that he was going to be their point guard of the future to surpass Mike Conley in the rotation, and that just has not been the case, so much so that he has now lost his rotation spot to Bones Highland. It is 19-18. Gobert down the lane, Euro steps, gets fouled. Going to send him to the foul line for 2 there. Garland is really the guy leading the offense here tonight for Cleveland, knocking down the 3 threes. We talked about the injury that he's had and how he hasn't really been able to explode to the basket all that much. And while he's playing well, evidence is showing that, settling for, I think he's 3-4 from three-point range all around. I don't think he's taking a shot inside the arc. He's just not driving it down. He's not trying to go through contact. He is very much settling for a lot of threes. 2 of them have been really deep ones. He hit one of them. That was a lone miss he's had. So if Chicago were smart, they'd be really physical with him, especially with Donovan Mitchell to the bench now. Why not Drago? What's up, why not? What's up, Drago? Is Okoro on the floor? Okoro is not on the floor. He's been subbed out here. Chicago Bulls are rocking with Giddey, Collins, Smith, Jalen Smith, Kevin Huerter, and Trey Jones. And the Cavaliers have Garland, Jaylen Tyson, DeAndre Hunter, Thomas Bryant, and Lonzo Ball on the floor right now. And here we go. Huerter. Nice pass from Zach Collins inside the Huerter, right under the basket. And Collins comes up with a steal. Zach Collins having a big impact since coming to the game. Giddey gets over to Jalen Smith, leaves it off for Huerter at the last second. A straightaway 3 for Kevin Huerter. Can't get it to go. Tyson comes in for the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Tyson has it up top, crosses over to his right off the Thomas Bryant screen, driving it down along the baseline, goes up in the air, kicks it in the corner to Hunter. Hunter up top to Lonzo Ball. They swing it over to Garland. Garland back to Lonzo. Lonzo spots up for a 3. Lonzo can't get it to go. Giddey with the rebound. Here he comes bringing it down. Hit ahead to Jones. Jones in attack mode, leaves it off for Giddey. A straightaway 3 in transition. Got it to go. Nobody closed out on him. Maybe you want to guard that guy. Best player on the floor for Chicago. Don't want to give him too many open looks. They get over to Garland. Garland has it up top, being guarded by Huerter. They get over to Ball inside to Thomas Bryant. Bryant gets it out to Garland. Swing through to his right, down the lane. Hesitates, pump fakes. Up top to Lonzo Ball. They swing it over to DeAndre Hunter. No hesitation 3. He can't get it to go. Now here comes Chicago. It's only a 7-point game right now. Huerter has it up top. They try to hit the backdoor cut. Gets knocked out of bounds. And it's going to be off of Chicago. So the ball is going to go back to Cleveland here. AP reminding people, hit the thumbs up button and like the stream. Appreciate you, AP. If you're enjoying the show so far, hit the thumbs up button. Leave a like. It is by far the best thing you can do to help show support to the channel. Thank you, guys. YNG Foe. What's up, Foe? Is P. Williams on the floor? Patrick Williams is not on the floor right now. The Cavs swinging it around. Looks like Chicago's in a zone here. Are they in a 1-3-1? Looks like they're in a 1-3-1. A couple teams trying to utilize this 1-3-1. No, a little bit of a matchup zone. 3-2? 1-3-1? Because now Zach Collins ends up at the top of the zone here. Maybe it's a little bit of a matchup zone. Pull up 3. Can't get it to go. For Craig, is that Craig Porter Jr.? No, that's Donovan Mitchell who's not back in the game. They get it over to Huerter. Huerter up top, being guarded by Mitchell. They get it over in the corner to Jalen Smith. Gets knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Bulls. 3:30 to go. Timer's off, but we'll get there. Jones will inbound it. They get it into Zach Collins. He's going to fire a 3, no hesitation, and he's going to knock it down. And it's a 4-point game for Chicago, going on an 8-0 run there. Here comes Craig Porter. They get it over to Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball back to Craig Porter. Hesitates from 3. Inside the Lonzo Ball. Kicks it out. They swing it around. Mitchell is going to look to attack the closeout. Stops. Pivots in the lane. Kicks it out to Craig Porter. He's going to hesitate. Attacking to his left down the lane. Leaves it off for Thomas Bryant. And he... 3-second violation. I was going to say, was there a foul called? No, they blew the whistle. It's a 3-second violation on Thomas Bryant. The ball is going to go back to the Bulls here. Down by 4 here with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And here comes Trey Jones. Jones coming to his left. Off a double screen. Driving it down in the lane. Reverse layup for him. Got it to go. Terrible defense for the Cavs. I know you're down injuries. That's no excuse. And a timeout for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Up by 12 to now only up by 2. Wow. BXND. MXN? What's up, BX? Vucevic rebound prediction? I mean, he's averaging what? 8 or 9? I don't see him rebounding a whole lot tonight, especially considering most of his time is going to be on the floor with Jared Allen, who is a better rebounder than him and looks a lot more engaged so far tonight. And there's a lot of shots going down, so there's not a lot of opportunities for rebounding so far tonight. So I'm going to go under 10. I'm going to go under 10. In the other game, Minnesota is up by 2, 22-20. That is a close game. Rob Dillingham is in the game, though, here. Mitchell only 2 for 6 from the field tonight for 5 points. Another rough outing. This is the guy that people have put over Jalen Brunson, but what do us Knicks fans know? Here we go. We're checking back into our Bulls-Cavs game. I think we have the best game. I think we have the better game tonight. I think the Bulls-Cavs is going to end up being the better game. That Timberwolves-Grizzlies game, sitting at 22 apiece with 2:20 to go. They swing it over to DeAndre Hunter, left wing 3 coming out of the timeout, can't get it to go. Buzelis with the rebound as he's back in, bringing it down the other way. Buzelis coming to his right off a Zach Collins screen. Driving it down, Euro steps down the lane, flips it up the left hand, way off, can't get it to go. Good move, but can't get the finish. Here comes Mitchell bringing it. Crosses over to his left on Collins, leans in, gets the layup to go, just bully ball his way to the basket. Got the layup there, made sure he wanted to get 2. The Bulls quickly pushing the other way. Herter, right corner 3, he's open. Is that Buzelis out of the right corner 3? He's open. He can't get it to go. He's way off on that one. Lonzo Ball bringing it down the other way. Ball up top dancing with it. Coming to his left to get it over to Craig Porter. Driving it down behind the back. Loses the handle. Picks it back up. Hands it off the ball. Ball gets it over to Thomas Bryant. Back to Ball. Swings through to his left. Driving it down in the lane. Stops. Pins. Gets it stolen by Tre Jones. Excellent defensive play by Tre Jones. And then beats the Cavs down the court. Beat Donovan Mitchell specifically down the court for the easy layup. And the Cavs pushing it the other way as Lonzo Ball fires a left corner 3, hits the side of the backboard. Really rough stretch here for Lonzo Ball. Zach Collins has it up top. Gets it over to Buzelis. Buzelis coming to his right off the Zach Collins handoff. Driving it down in the lane. Scoop play with the right hand. Way off on that one. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Still loose. Nice save from Craig Porter Jr. Oh, no, from Lonzo, excuse me. Mitchell bringing it down against Buzelis. Down the lane, loses the handle. No, they call a foul on Buzelis. It's going to send him to the foul line for 2. Unless they say it was a foul on the floor. Stir Show, what's up, Stir Show? Bulls win, I feel it. The weather is right for a Cavs disappointment. I mean, their whole season has been a bit of a disappointment so far. Projected as one of the top 2 teams in the East. Can't even really make it out of the play-in right now. No, Mitchell is at the foul line. They do say in the act of shooting. Does knock down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. 1:24 exactly. We can sync up our timer perfectly here. Mitchell knocked down the first free throw. And he knocks down the second free throw, going 2 for 2. 4-point lead for the Cavs. Tre Jones bringing it down, being guarded by Craig Porter Jr. And the Cavs resort to a zone here. Buzelis up top, coming to his right. They swing it out to Tre Jones in the corner. Herter catches, pump fake, set dribble, fires the 3, got it to go, and the fly-by defense from Lonzo Ball. Man. 1-point game. 1-point game. DeAndre Hunter gets it to Lonzo down low. Kicks it back out to Donovan Mitchell. Back to Lonzo Ball. Download to Hunter. Mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. He's been off. They get over to Herter. Herter over to Jones. Jones up top. Dancing with it. Coming to his right. Off a Collins screen. Driving it down. Under the baseline to kick it in the corner. Jalen Smith pump fakes. He's going to drive the lane now. And he gets a one-handed hammer. And the Chicago Bulls with their first lead of the game with 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Donovan Mitchell has it up top. The Bulls are in the 2-3 zone here. Get it down low to Hunter. Hunter kicks it out to Craig Porter, driving to his left, and he gets an easy layup. And that was Jalen Smith didn't step up in that spot there. Gave up a straight line drive to Craig Porter. Cleveland takes the 1-point lead back. And then Craig Porter uses the foul to give there on Tre Jones up top. 10 seconds to go here in the first. So both teams bringing it. The Cavs bringing in their defensive unit. The Bulls putting in their offensive guys for the final possession here of the first quarter. 34-33. Not a whole lot of defense being played by anybody right now. Herder trying to get it in somebody, to get it into Coby White with 10 seconds to go, so he's going to pull it out and look to run a simple pick and roll. Coming to his right, Dean Wade switches onto him. Dean Wade, a good defender. Coby White's going to look to dance, crosses over, created the space, beautiful move, and shot up an air ball. As to be expected. To be expected. $1 million move with a 10-cent finish for Coby White right there. You know, I said that's why I got overs. Why Allen on the bench so much? Let's look at the box score for him. Normally, I like to wait until halftime to look at the box score, but Jared Allen only played 7 minutes in that first quarter. 6 points, 1 rebound. You would think with no Evan Mobley, he would need to have to rebound a lot more. But I will say, not a lot of rebounds going around because not a lot of defense is being played, and so there's not a lot of missing going on. There's a lot of the ball going through the basket and having to inbound it, right? So not a lot of rebounds available for him. You know, I said, yeah, only 3 and 3. Need to sit him, obviously. Yeah. I mean, the Cavs are 15 and 12 and rocking close to 500, which is a far cry of where they expected to be so far this year. You would think that they want their star players to be out there a little bit more often. Only 2 bench points for the Cleveland Cavaliers in that first quarter. Came from Craig Porter at the tail end of the quarter there. Outside of that, not getting a whole lot. I mean, you're putting a lot of trust in Lonzo, who's been bad this year. Thomas Bryant, who's never really been all that good. And DeAndre Hunter, who has been bad tonight. 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from three-point range. He's been very inconsistent on the season all around. So putting a lot of faith and trust in those guys, you might just have to lean on your starters a little bit more. You know, I said 3-3 from the field. I mean, who is coaching this mess? Coach of the Year candidate Kenny Atkinson, who was the darling of the NBA in the coaching ranks last year. Not having as good of a year this year so far. That's for sure. As far as the other game, it's 29-27. Memphis holding on to a 2-point lead there. A lot of Rob Dillingham, a lot of what's his name? Yep. Bones Highland. Terrence Shannon Jr. knocked down a 3 there. Start the second quarter. Cedric Coward coming to his left off a screen, down the lane, pocket pass to, is that Brandon Clark? Brandon Clark, welcome back. I didn't realize Brandon Clark was back for the Memphis Grizzlies. That's a big get back from the injury list. All right, here we go. We're back into our game. Start of the second quarter. Isaac Okoro bringing the ball down for the Bulls. Okoro has it up top. They get it over to Craig Porter. Porter hits Okoro, come back door. Terrible defense from the Cavs. No help on the backside. And Okoro escapes and gets an easy layup on the backdoor cut. It just came out of the first quarter. Terrible defense. And Chicago resorting back to their zone. They get it into Thomas Bryant in the middle. They kick it out. Craig Porter, wide open right wing 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Bulls pull it down. Here comes Tre Jones quickly pushing it the other way. Jones in and out dribble down the lane. Scoop play with the right hand. Gets swatted at the rim, but a foul is called. It's going to send him to the foul line for 2. YNG said, is Coby in the game? Coby White is not in the game right now. He's on the bench along with Giddey. All right? Yeah. So the Bulls right now are with Isaac Okoro, Vucevic, Jalen Smith, Pat Williams is now in the game for the first time, and Tre Jones. That was Proctor who shot the 3, by the way, not not Craig Porter. For the Cavs, they have Mitchell, Hunter, Thomas Bryant, Craig Porter, and Tyrese Proctor. Trey Jones goes 1 for 2 from the foul line. Missed the first one. And he knocks down the second one. Craig Porter bringing it down. They try to get it down low. Jones comes up with yet another steal, rushing it down the other way. Reverse layup with the left hand, can't get it to go. Pat Williams with the offensive rebound, and he puts it back up and in. Chicago. Now Chicago threatening to run away with it. We talked about Cleveland threatening to run away with it when they were up 12. Now Chicago answering back. They're up 4, 38-34 here, and it's not looking good. Craig Porter driving it down in the lane, leaves it off for Jaylen Tyson. Hop step to kick it out. A 3 for Donovan Mitchell, right wing. Got it to go. I mean, that was pretty good defense from the Bulls. Not great offense from the Cavs, but the talent of Donovan Mitchell bails him out on that possession. Jones drives it down in the corner, up top to Vucevic. They swing it over to Pat Williams. Straightaway 3 for him. He can't get it to go. Here comes Chicago bringing it down the other way. Porter Jr. has it on the right wing. Guarded by Vucevic. They go to man here. They couldn't go to the zone, and Tyrese Proctor just dribbles it off of Thomas Bryant's foot. Not what you want with the Cavs. You want to build some momentum here. The 7 turnovers for the Cavs. High turnover game. 7 for the Cavs, 5 for the Bulls so far. YNG said, I feel like they need to give the neglected player playtime first. And who would that be, brother? Who would that be? Coby White has it up top. Coming to his right. Dancing with it against Wade. Down low to Vucevic, who gets fouled on the entry pass by Hunter. MB reminded people to leave a like. Appreciate you, MB. If you're enjoying the show so far, leave a like. I'd very much appreciate it. You know, I said obviously Huck and Kolek. Kolek, definitely. Huck, yeah, you got to try and find some time with him. But not everybody can play. Not everybody can play, right? Coby White kicks it out to Giddey. Can't get it to go. Coby White and Giddey have subbed back into this game now. Under 10 to go. Hunter dances with it up top against Pat Williams. Loses the handle. Porter able to pick it up. Stops, turns, spins. Fall away foul line jumper. Got it to go for Craig Porter Jr. Cleveland now retakes a 1-point lead here. Coby White has it on the right wing, dancing with it. Driving to his right. Down the lane. Takes a bump. And I think it's going to be in the act of shooting. He's going to send him to the foul line for 2. Yeah, shooting foul on Dean Wade. Coby White at the foul line for 2. Mark June was. What's up, Mark? Kinar said, oh, I see. Morant didn't go? Morant's not playing today? Then if that's the case, we definitely picked the right game. Mark Jr. says, shout out from the Philippines. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you, Mark. Alt Anger? What's up, Alt Anger? Let's go, Coby. Coby at the foul line. Splits the free throws. Ties it up at 39. Missed the second one. Mitchell has it up top, dancing with it. Vucevic forced to switch on to him. Mitchell's going to look to work. Crossover, step back, mid-range jumper. In and out, can't get it to stay. Battle for the loose ball. Dean Wade able to pull it out. They swing it out to Hunter. Hunter, a right wing 3. And he finally gets one to go down from the right wing there on the relocation after the offensive rebound. Mark Ali. What's up, Mark Ali? They get over to Hunter after Chicago missed the jumper. Hunter has it on the right wing now. He just hit a 3 from that spot. He's going to look to dance against Giddey. Cross over to his right and loses the handle out of bounds. Ball going back to Chicago. Giddey bringing it down. Being guarded by Craig Porter Jr. Has it up top. Spins to his right. They get it over to Vucevic. Vucevic, high post. Cross-court pass. Extra pass over to Patrick Williams for a 3. Way off on that one. Hit the backboard first before it even hit the rim. Here comes Jaylen Tyson bringing it down. Is that Tyson? No. Let me get the Minnesota out of the game, especially if Anthony Edwards and John Morant are both out. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Vucevic able to grab it after yet another missed 3 from Cleveland there. They hit Vucevic as the trailer for a three. Can't get it to go. Okoro. Is that Okoro? Okoro with the loose ball rebound, with a weak side offensive rebound, and he puts it back up and in. And this has been a rough outing for the Cleveland Cavaliers yet again. Another poor performance from them. We have 8:16 to go here in the second quarter. Let's check this other game out real quick. Yeah, no Ja Morant. Okay, to be expected. To be expected. Why would we expect Ja Morant to want to play basketball here tonight? Why would we expect that? Brandon Clark is back, though. He got the start tonight along with Jackson Jr., Santi Aldama, Cedric Howard, and Jalen Wells. Playing Omax off the bench, Jock Londale, KCP, Vince Williams, Jemai Mashak is getting minutes tonight. Shout out Jemai Mashak. Okay. Zach Giddey is out with the injury. Who knows why Ja Morant is out? Mark said, I hope the Bulls win. I don't have a dog in this fight. Just room for a good game. YNG said, is Randall in the game? Randall is in the game. I don't know if he's playing right now, but he's played 10 minutes so far. He's got 4 points. He's 2 for 10 from the field. So not a good Julius Randle game. Minnesota is up by 6, though. Dante got the start. He's knocked down to 3. Bones Highland got the start. Bones Highland got the start. Hold on. Bones Highland got the start tonight. And they're backing him up with Rob Dillingham with Anthony Edwards being out. Dillingham 2 for 3 from the field, though. He's playing well. So is Bones Highland. Ken Hart said, what is wrong with this coach? Did Allen hurt himself? Only 7 minutes, 3 for 3 from the field, and a plus 12? What happened? Yeah, I can look it up for us, because I can't tell you. It sounds just as silly to me. Hold on, let's look up Cleveland Cavaliers stuff over here. Gotta look up Jared Allen. Jared Allen's absolutely killing the Bulls inside, so obviously he gets a benched. You would think with Mobley out, Jared Allen will grab rebounds tonight, but hell no. A lot of people feeling the same way you're feeling. A lot of people feeling the same way you're feeling, big dog. Is he back in? He's back in after the timeout. Here he is. Darius Garland has it up top, attacking to his right. Stops, kicks it out to Dean Wade. Dean Wade up top to Jaylen Tyson. Tyson's going to look to attack Coby White off the bounce. Crossover, stop, turn, spin. They kick it out to Garland. Quick catch and fire from 3 with the shot clock winding down. Comes up short. Giddey with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Giddey just putting his head down, attacking Lonzo. Gets caught in the air and kicks it out to Vucevic. Vucevic attacking Jared Allen off the bounce to kick it back over to Giddey. Giddey being guarded by Ball. Coming to his right up the screen. Steps behind it. Kicks it up top to Coby White. Shot clock winding down. Blows past the defense in the corner to Vooch. He pump fakes. Ran off the line up top to Pat Williams. He's going to pump fake. Drive it down. Mid-range pull-up 2. Got it to go. He had to hit that shot because he gave up an open 3 for a contested 2. Pat Williams, man. Pat Williams. Jared Allen up top. Pass fake. Gets it up top to Garland. Garland being guarded by Okoro. Coming to his right. Throws a bullet pass to nobody, but gets tipped out of bounds by Chicago. It's going to stay here with Cleveland. Engine, what's up, Engine? So show some Bulls player stats? I would, brother, but the way ESPN has it set up, they show Cavs first, and then they show Bulls. But we go over the box scores at the end of the quarter, big dog. And they call a loose ball foul and off ball foul on the Bulls there. Foul, I believe, on Okoro. D. Foster Said, how's it to say 2 for 10 on yours, but Randall has 9 attempts on Underdog? They might not have updated Underdog yet. ESPN says 2 for 10. Garland gets it up top to Allen. Allen over to Tyson. Back to Garland, coming to his left. They show 2. They kick it out to Tyson. Tyson runs right into Giddey, and then they call a foul on Giddey. Giddey was out of position. Tyson did just run into him, but they give him the space. Why not? Why not Drago? Said Okoro just takes up space. Cleveland was saying the same thing for a long time about Isaac Okoro. Just taking up space. Okoro misses the free throw. Keenar said, come on, need some stats from Jared Allen. Not looking great for him so far. Got benched for some reason. He does have 2 assists. Jaylen Tyson stepped to the foul line. Missed the first one, but he does make the second one. Under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Giddey bringing it down against Dean Wade. Gets it over to Herter. Herter up top, coming to his left off the screen. Or rejecting the screen. They get it up top to Pat Williams. Pat Williams being guarded by Tyson. Pass fake, drives to his left, spins to his right. Ball knocked out of his hands, and here comes the Cavs off the turnover. Tyson bringing it down, crosses over, up top to Garland. Attacking the closeout in the lane, leaves it off for Allen. Allen floater, got it to go. There you go, Keenahara. There's a floater. There's the floater. Here's a floater for Jared Allen. Vucevic has it up top. Good ball denial from the Cavs there. Giddey now coming to his left off the Vooch screen, driving it down in the lane, scoop play with the left hand. Got it to go past Dean Wade. Tough drive and finish for Giddey there. Tied back up at 45. Garland up top, coming to his right off the Allen screen, crosses over to his left at the foul line, puts up the floater. Too strong, can't get it to go. Vucevic with the rebound. Here comes Josh Giddey. 6 minutes to go now. Giddey crosses over to his right, coming off the Vucevic screen, manipulating his way in the lane, leaves it off for Vooch, and Vooch lays it up and in. Here comes Cleveland bringing it down the other way. Garland has it up top. Coming to his right up the Jared Allen screen. Takes it over to Tyson in the corner to Wade. Hesitates from 3. Coming to his left, trying to get it to somebody. Gets it over to Tyson. Tyson attacking to his right. Off the bounce, loses the handle, looking for a foul, doesn't get it. And now here comes Giddey bringing it down the other way. Giddey, in and out dribble, attacking Jared Allen, down the lane, leaves it off for Vucevic. They swing it over to Herter. Herter open right wing 3. Got it to go for Kevin Herter in a 3-point lead. A 5-point lead for Chicago, my bad. 50-45 now. And we're under 6 to go here in the second quarter. Garland leans in, kicks it out to Lonzo Ball, extra pass to Tyson. They run him off the line. Up top to Lonzo Ball, back to Garland. Garland's going to dance with it, cross over to his right, down the lane, hesitates, Euros, high floater, got it to go. Good defense, better offense from Garland there. And Okoro quickly trying to push the other way, putting his head down, attacking. Gets tied up, no foul call. And now here comes Cleveland pushing the other way. Good ball movement, Tyson down the lane, bump Euro, loses the handle, picks it up, and lays it up and in. And a timeout from Chicago. A lot of physicality those last couple plays. AB said, you got to save yesterday's game in the archives. That's your championship call game. Hey, man, we might have another one on the way. Might have another one on the way in a couple months. AB said, so much for Johnny Bryant. I think the Knicks made the right choice with Mike Brown. I think they made the right choice with Mike Brown. And it seems like Phoenix maybe made the right choice with Jordan Ott. Jordan Ott. O-T-T. Jordan Ott. He seems pretty good for Phoenix. The reason I bring that up is because Johnny Bryant was a finalist for that job alongside of Jordan Alt, and they ended up going with Jordan Alt for that job. And he seems to have worked out really nicely there. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Johnny Bryant, right opportunity is going to come around. He's still really young, right? Maybe still needs to grow some gray hairs, right? Still really young. Opportunity will come at one point. He's in the running for some of these jobs, so the opportunity will come. Andy PC? What's up, Andy? Where can I watch the game for free? You're going to have to Google that one, big dog. You're going to have to Google that one. What's up, Bible? I'm here, silent for my Spurs. Still hurt. I had more tears than Wemby. Wemby's a little bit of a sore loser, huh? Didn't want to dap up Brunson after the game. Brunson, like, hey, big dog, good game. And Wemby tried to ignore him. All right, Wemby, that's how it's going to be. You know, I said last few Denver, Houston, OKC, San Antonio, and our championship were great games and great calls. Appreciate you, Keno. I appreciate you. They were great games. Alt, what's up, Alt? Show the Bulls player stats. Brother, we're going to go through them at halftime, big dog. We're going to go through them at halftime. There's nothing I can do about the way ESPN does their thing. 6 points for Okoro, 2 for Vucevic. Only 2 for Vucevic. Only 1 for 2 from the field for Vooch. Not being very aggressive. 10, 4, and 2 for Giddey. 2 for Pat Williams. 8 for Herter. But we're going to go through the box scores at halftime. Syracuse won again today. Got to keep an eye on our guy, Kian Anthony. I got the alerts for the Syracuse games. I wanted to see on ESPN. I want to see the Syracuse game. Syracuse box score. But here we go. Herter has it up top. They get it over to Coby White, attacking to his left. Takes it up top. Vucevic, straightaway 3 in the pick and pop. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Donovan Mitchell chases down the rebound, and here he comes, bringing it down. Head of steam, down the court, layup, got it to go. And a late foul call, but he got it. He's going to go to the foul line for one more. Cleveland retakes the lead. You know, I said Wemby started making excuses when with his grandma or something. Well, like I said, some extenuating circumstances with Wemby off the court may have affected his game a little bit, but you're on the court, brother, if you're on the court. AB said, speaking of Phoenix, are the Clippers stuck with Bradley Beal for the remainder of his deal or just for this season? I think it's just for this season. I think this is the last year of his deal, I think. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Bradley Beal because I've never been interested in Bradley Beal as a player. And thankfully, he never ended up on my organization. Mitchell knocks down his free throw. They get it out to Herter. Herter on the right wing. Tried to hit the pocket pass, but a kick ball on the Cavs there. Suns Jen laughing. I only know he's gone from here. I was about to ask you, Suns Jen. I'm like, he was last on your team, so do you know what his contract situation is like? Herter will inbound it here. 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. It's a 2-point game, 52-50. Cleveland leading. Trey Jones has it up top. They throw a lob up top to Zach Collins, and he guides it through the basket. And when Zach Collins and Trey Jones were on the court previously, that's when Chicago made their big run, come back from 12 down. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Buzelis, dancing with it. Throws a bad inside pass to nobody, and it's a turnover for Mitchell. Bad pass there for Donovan Mitchell. Bible said Bradley Beal was clutch with John Wall. Yeah, about a decade ago. It was about a decade ago, yeah, sure. Trey Jones bringing it down off the turnover. Has it up top. Running a little bit of a Spain pick and roll action there, or a little bit of a horn set. Trey Jones picks up his handle, though. They don't get anything out of it. They get it over to Buzelis. Coming to his left off the Zach Collins screen. They call a moving screen on Zach Collins. And Zach Collins has something to say to Garland. Garland has something to say back. Collins walks down with a little smile on his face. Suns Jensen, I think he has another year left on his big contract. One more year left? Oof. Oof. You know, I said Bradley Beal was a disaster. Disaster. Mike said Bulls need to make a trade immediately. Unfortunately, Mike, I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely right, Mike. Unfortunately for the Chicago Bulls, though, their organization does not like making trades. I think they made 1 or 2 trades the past 3 years. Mitchell on the right wing, inside to Tyson. They kick it out. Darius Garland, wide open straightaway 3. Can't get it to go. Coby White with the rebound. And here comes Chicago. A little over 3 minutes to go here in the second. Coby White coming to his right to Zach Collins screen. Euro steps down the lane, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Herter. Herter stops, turns, spins, kicks it out up top. Loose ball. Smith able to pick it up and then gets it over to Trey Jones. Jones coming to his right, dancing with it. in the corner to Zach Hans. Driving to his right on Allen. Spins to his left. All the way mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Allen with a rebound. There's your other rebound, Kinohara. Here comes Garland bringing it down. Down the lane. Leaves it off inside to Jared Allen. There's 2 points for Jared Allen. There you go, Kinohara. Great play for Garland there with the no-look bounce pass to Jared Allen down low. Coby White looking for an answer. Crosses over. Down the lane. Scoop play with the right hand. Gets blocked by Jared Allen. But Zach Hans right there to clean it up and in. 2:30 to go. Mitchell on the left wing. Dancing with it against Buzelis on a switch. Euro steps right past him. Throws up the floater. Can't get the floater to go. Jaylen Smith with the rebound. Quick outlet to Coby White. Coby White off and running. A pull-up three for Coby White. Don't love that shot off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Garland with the rebound. Garland bringing it down the other way. Has it on the left wing. He's going to look to dance against Buzelis. Quick crossover to his left. Shuffles it over to Allen. A bad pass, but he's able to pick it up and gets it out to Herter. Now over to Tyson. Tyson on the right wing being guarded by Jaylen Smith. Fakes the handoff to Mitchell. And then Coby White runs right into Jaylen Smith. And they get Coby White on the foul. Kinohara said, Allen now. Need more from Giddey? I think Giddey will give you what you need. Giddey's coming back into the game here for the final minute and a half or so. Less Coby, more Giddey. Garland has it on the right wing, being guarded by Coby White. Looks like the Bulls are going back into a little 2-3 zone. Or is it a 1-3-1? Hunter knocks down the foul line jumper. And Coby White bringing it down. Trey Jones bringing it down. Up top to Giddey. Giddey, inside pass to Jaylen Smith. Kicks out to Zach Hans. They swing it around. Back up top to Giddey. Giddey hesitates from three. Trying to get it to Jaylen Smith. Now puts up the straightaway three. In and out, can't get it to go. Smith knocks the rebound over to Zach Hans. Gets the and one over Garland. And he's fired up. Great play from Jaylen Smith. He couldn't grab the rebound. Maybe he could have grabbed the rebound. But instead of grabbing the rebound, he knocks the rebound right to Zach Hans. If you're ever going to do that, as a big man, we see big men do it all the time. They just try to keep it alive and knock the ball out of the air when they can't grab it. This time, though, Jaylen Smith, he could have grabbed that rebound, but he saw Zach Hans coming along the baseline and he was open. So instead of grabbing it and then trying to go back up with DeAndre Hunter on him, he decided to just knock the rebound over to Zach Hans, who was the open man. Hunter should get an assist on that, but Zach Hans missed the free throw. So we're tied at 56 now. Garland bringing it down. Garland up top, being guarded by White, coming to his right, down the lane, stops, turns, kicks it in the corner to Hunter, attacking down the lane, tries to kick it out. Trey Jones knocks it loose. Mitchell picks it up, going to look to attack Trey Jones, stops, shuffles it inside. Another bad pass from Mitchell. Giddey picks it up, hit ahead to Jones, lobs it up top to Coby White, gets the layup, and the foul on Donovan Mitchell. 2-point lead for Chicago. 58 seconds to go here in the second, and Coby White going to the foul line for one more. Kinohara said, I need a 35 PRA from Giddey. Coby White at the foul line for one more. Giddey is sitting with 10, 4, and 2. Got 16. I mean, you're kind of halfway there. He's behind. He is behind, but he's got 16 or 15. I can't count. Coby White does knock down the free throw. 3-point lead for Chicago here. Garland will bring it down. Right? Giddey with 10, 4, and 2. No, 16. I'm right. I could count. Giddey has it up top. They get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell on the left wing dancing with it. Now back to Garland, driving it down against Coby White. Stops, turns, spins in the lane, gets caught in the air. Kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter attacking to his left, loses the handle, and they call a foul on Coby White. They in the bonus? They are in the bonus, so 2 free throws, I believe, for DeAndre Hunter here. Dirt Gang, what's up, Dirt Gang? Do you think Giddey gets 20 tonight? I do. He averages 20. And so far, with the way this game is going, with how little defense is being played, I have no reason to believe that he's not going to get 20 tonight. Hunter knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. Drago said, this is an overtime game? Maybe. I mean, these two teams are going back and forth. Cleveland built an advantage earlier, but gave it up very quickly. Hunter goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Back to a 1-point game. Coby White bringing it down. Going past the defense, gets caught in the lane, tries to kick it out. But gets knocked out of the air by Cleveland. So to remain here with Chicago. They get it in. I took my glasses off so I can't see. I think that's Coby White. No, that was Tre Jones. Now up top to Coby White. Dancing with it against Garland. Stops, turns, spins in the lane, steps through. Has nowhere to go, kicks it out. Giddey, a right corner three for Giddey. Airballs it. Allen with the rebound. Tre Jones with the steal. Back out to Giddey. Giddey will try from the right wing now, and he knocks it down. Tre Jones having a phenomenal game so far. Extremely impactful. Last 12 seconds of the quarter. Mitchell has it up top. Going to run a pick and roll with Tyson. Pull up three for Mitchell. Can't get it to go. Jalen Smith with the rebound. Quick outlet to Giddey. Giddey gets it over to Tre Jones. Tre Jones at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. And that will end our first half. Chicago with a 4-point lead, 62-58, in a game with not a lot of defense being played. But don't tell Tre Jones that. Don't tell Tre Jones to not play defense tonight. He's been pretty good. KNR said, love them Jones boys. Not a big fan of Tyus Jones, but I do like me some Tre Jones. Eddie Howler. What's up, Eddie? Real subscriber came back. Appreciate you, Eddie. Appreciate you, man. Happy to see you back. I'm back. Mitchell needs 20 and Tyson got to average RPA 22. Jaylen Tyson? You got him RPA 22? I don't know about that one for Jaylen Tyson. We can go through the box scores, though. We're at halftime in the other game, and they somehow got it to 62-61. High-scoring second quarter there for them, 32-35. You know, I said, I wanted to just get Tyus. Would you rather him than Clarkson? No, I think I'd rather Clarkson. I do. I think I'd rather Clarkson. I think I would rather Jordan Clarkson over Tyus Jones. I think they're pretty similar. I don't think there's a right answer to that. I think that comes down to, your personal preference. I think both of them are extremely limited in what they can provide. But I think the Knicks need more of a Jordan Clarkson type player than they do of a Tyus Jones type player. Especially now that you have what Cole can bring you. Kind of a better version of Tyus Jones, a younger version, a more contract-controlled version. YNG said, I put Coby under 21. They need to lock him down. No, I don't know if under 21 for Coby was a good bet, Brig Dog. Not sure about that one. But we can go through the box score here. You know, I said, yeah, well, we didn't have much dinero to spend. Yeah, I don't think you could have gone wrong with Tyus Jones versus Jordan Clarkson. I think they're both on the minimum, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Tyus Jones got a little bit more than that. But, yeah, I mean, there's a reason why those guys are, like, on different teams every year, right? You know, I said, yeah, Coby under ain't my favorite play. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one just because it's kind of what Coby White, kind of the only thing Coby White kind of provides right now. He's a bucket getter. He's a scorer. It's K. What's up, K? Mitchell under 38 points and assists. What's your take? He's not assisting too much tonight. He's trying to get buckets, but he has 15 and 2, 17 points. With a limited Donovan Mitchell and no Evan Mobley, I don't like that bet. I don't like that bet at all. I don't think betting Donovan Mitchell unders when he is like the go-to guy with not a lot of options. Not my favorite bet. Could definitely come to fruition though, but not one I'm confident in. We're going through the box scores here. 10 for Jared Allen. He's perfect from the field, 5 for 5. I mean, he is just a play finisher, but he's got 10 and 5, 10 points, 5 boards. Doing pretty solid, right, Kinahar? He's on his way. Eddie said, I need 5 more points from Donovan Mitchell. He'll definitely get to 20. I mean, like I said, he's the only go-to offensive guy who can make something out of nothing. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Darius Garland with 11. He had 9 early points in that first quarter, only 2 since then, and that was off a high floater. He knocked down 3 threes early in the game. He's now 3 for 6. So, not the greatest game for Darius Garland after a hot start so far. He does have the 5 assists. He is diming it up, specifically to Jared Allen on rolls to the rim. But we talked about his how limited Darius Garland is playing through the injury. Not great. Not great. Alex Jacobson, what's up, Alex? Cavs money line, Timberwolves money line. Pretty good bet. Timberwolves should be able to beat the Grizzlies. Cavs should be able to beat Chicago, but they have been struggling this year. Invaders in. What's up, Invaders in? Please, Cavs, please. They have been struggling mightily so far. Dirt Gang said, do you think Coby White can get 22 tonight with how he played in the first half? Absolutely. I mean, if he plays exactly the same way, he'll end up with 22. He scored 11 in the first half, but we'll get to Chicago in a second here. Jaylen Tyson with 9 in the starting lineup. Didn't do a whole lot in terms of like being super active offensively, but when the shots and the opportunities were there for him, he knocked his shots down. 2 for 2 from 3, 3 for 3 from the field overall. Does have 2 turnovers, though. Not what you want to see from him. DeAndre Hunter off the bench. He finally knocked down a 3. Gave them 7 points. Not the greatest performance tonight, especially considering his efficiency. 2 for 6 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. 5 boards and assists, but he's kind of really the only guy doing anything off the bench for them. Although Craig Porter plays hard and whatnot, but Proctor in his 4 minutes didn't give you anything. Lonzo Ball in his 9 minutes didn't give you anything. And Thomas Bryant in his 7 minutes didn't give you anything. So I know Kenny Atkinson is like searching, but these guys are not answering the call right now. It's interesting. Naquan Tomlin was a part of the rotation for a little bit tonight. Not tonight. Was a part of the rotation for a little bit this year. Started a couple of games here and there. Not even in the rotation right now. You need some kind of effort and energy guy. And considering what Lonzo Ball has been recently, I might lean a little bit more on the really hungry, young, tall, 6'9" wing. You know, I said Lonzo was lost. He's kind of been that way all season. It's been really rough for Lonzo Ball. It's been really rough for him. Trent on Church. What's up, Trent? Do you think Donovan Mitchell will get 30.5 points? Probably. Sure. Will Lonzo 5 rebounds? What does Lonzo have now? He's got 2 rebounds. Probably not, considering I don't think he's going to play as many minutes in the second half here. Don't think so. 6 assists for Giddey. Invaders in. Yeah, that's well below his average. That's almost a guaranteed. I mean, Giddey has what so far? Giddey's got only 2 assists tonight. He'll probably get up to around 7, 8, 9 assists tonight. 13, 4, and 2 for Josh Giddey. He leads them in scoring, which is interesting. Took 4 for 9 from the field. Interesting. He's taken 7 3-pointers. Wow, 9 of his field goal attempts have come from 3-point range, which is not great for Josh Giddey. I want to see him a little bit more as a downhill driver. Coby White has had the ball in his hands a lot, and he's been more so of the downhill driver here tonight. 4 for 9 from the field for both of those guys. 3 threes for Giddey, 1 3 for Coby White. Vucevic has only taken 3 shot attempts tonight. They got to get Vuce a little bit more involved. Only 2 points for him. Buzelis got to get a little bit more involved. They got to start knocking down some shots. Only 2 points for him. Okoro, 6 points for him. Finishing well around the basket, but he is a minus 13. Because he's, I said Jaylen Tyson been playing well. He has been playing well. He's shooting like 44% from 3-point range. We went over in the pregame. I was like, damn. When I was updating the graphics, I was like, he's still shooting it over 40? My goodness. Big lead for Jaylen Tyson this year. Gigi said a quick Knicks note. So apparently OG has Dirk. Oh, yeah, the shooting test from 3. Yeah, I saw that. Dirk spent time teaching him his technique, and it kind of worked. OG, keep it up. Yeah, he talked about, did I go get a basketball and show you guys? I don't have to. You can go look up the clip. He talked about when he shoots the ball, the way he would release the ball is, you're going to make me get a basketball and show it, Chi-Chi. Oh, my goodness. How about this? I'll grab the Knicks ball. How about that? I'll grab the Knicks ball. So the way Dirk talked about the way he liked to shoot was when he would line up the seams. When he would line up the seams and he would shoot, his follow-through, he kept his last 2 fingers, his pointer finger and his middle finger on the ball, and he described it like train tracks, and he said you kind of want to just drive the ball with your 2 fingers there. That way, it's always stable, always straight. As long as you're square to the basket, you should be able, if you do use this technique, you should be able to always shoot the ball straight. And so your misses should either be short or long, should never be left to right. Right? Should never be left to right. Pages Nation said, did you end up streaming last year's NBA draft? I did. I did stream the draft. I've streamed the draft the last 2 years now. And we're going to do the draft again this year. So. Keenor said, nice ball. Just that demonstrate with the Knicks rock. Yeah, I've never used this basketball. Like, I've never actually played this basketball. It's more of just like a showpiece in the room. It's not even blown up right now. It's not even properly blown up, so I can't even dribble it. But I do like this ball. It does feel good too. Is it a Spalding ball? It is a Spalding ball. Shout out Spalding. I wish we could go back to the Spalding basketballs. I always prefer Spalding over Wilson. But that's just me. It's me. What do you guys think? I'm a Spalding dude. If there are two basketballs on the court and we're like, hey, whose ball are we playing with? I'm like, who got the Spalding ball? We're playing with that one. Okay, Hazy said, OG was shooting right over Wemby, so I guess those tips help. Yeah, I mean, he's shooting 40% from three-point range so far this year. He's always been a good shooter. This year, he's being an excellent shooter so far. I mean, he's over 40% now. Pages Nation said, Friday is the end of my first semester as a senior in high school. Ooh. Oh, your first semester as a senior in high school. Oh, you're about to be out of there, brother. You're about to be out of there. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your time at high school. Enjoy it for whatever it is. However it's going, enjoy it. Because you won't be going back there. Kay said, Jared Allen over 16 points. Probably. He was a huge part of that first quarter. That first half. I expect him to lean a little bit more towards him in the second half. Boom Pay said, I slapped your leg because I too would choose Spalding. I prefer a good Spalding ball. But that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Let me put my ball back. I got to exit this way and then enter that way. Oh my goodness, I almost fell. But we're back. We're back. YNG said, I put Pat Will 4.5 over. He just needs the ball one more time. It's a rough bet, brother. It's a rough bet. You're betting Pat Williams props? Oof. Off the bench, Zach Collins I thought was really good off the bench for Chicago. Over to Austin said, how's the game going? Game's going pretty good. Pretty solid game. 4-point game so far. It's a nice 62-58. Zach Collins I thought was really good off the bench for them. He even knocked down a 3. Shooting it very confidently, playing very confident. 9, 3, and 2 for Zach Collins off the bench in his 12 minutes. I thought he was really good. Really good backup big, Zach Collins is. Jalen Smith, 4 points for him. 6 rebounds, cleaning up the glass for Jalen Smith. The combination of he and Zach Collins were really good. Really good off the bench for Chicago here. They got, nice contributions off the bench. Everybody off the bench scored. Herder with 8, Trey Jones with 5, Pat Williams even knocked down a jumper. Herder, 8 points. 2 for 4 from three-point range. Really important for him. Trey Jones, 5 points for him. 7 assists for Trey Jones. My goodness, look at Trey Jones. 7 assists. 3 big old steals in that first half. He was huge. He was instrumental in one, helping bring them back when they went down 12 early. And then he was also instrumental in helping Chicago stay close with Cleveland. And then also instrumental in giving them these little, this little 4-point lead here they have at halftime. That said, Wilson has a lock on the use. I mean, Wilson's not bad. I'll play with a Wilson ball, no problem. But if I have a choice, if someone's like, hey, we got a nice, used Spalding ball and a nicely used Wilson ball, I'm like, all right, let's go with the Spalding. Spalding all day. Friend said, do you think Julius Randle will get 22.5? Sure, brother, sure. I said, Pat Will, yeah, I got DOR over 3 points and rebounds. It's crazy to go that deep into the bench with the player props. Big Green Street? What's a green? I think Okoro scores over 9.5. Okoro? You want me to have an opinion on Okoro scoring the basketball, brother? Got 6 points so far. Sure, he can get it. Sure, why not? You guys want me to have opinions on Okoro scoring and Pat Williams scoring? Come on. What's my opinion on Okoro scoring the basketball? My opinion is that Okoro is not a scorer. Anything he scores is incidental and is immediately created by the flow of the offense from his teammates. Sure, he can score 12 if, the ball swings to him and he actually knocks down the three. I can't tell you for sure, brother. Trent said, I need 4 rebounds for Pat Williams. Pat Williams has no rebounds. 4 rebounds for Pat Williams is a little tough. Four rebounds for Pat Williams is a little tough because he doesn't really want to do a whole lot on the court. He's not a very active player. Air Dogs Clips, what's up, Air Dogs? What about DeAndre? How's he as a scorer? DeAndre should be a go-to scorer for Cleveland, especially with the injuries that they have, but he has not been efficient so far this year. He does have 7 off the bench in 15 minutes, so, they would like a lot more from him, but he is not providing that right now. The efficiency is not there. Here we go. We're starting the third quarter, y'all. Keenar said, Hunter been playing badly. He is. They need him to play much better, especially with the injury that they have. But you get it into Vooch, and Vooch knocks down a floater. We talked about wanting to see Vooch give you a little bit more in the second half. He only took 3 shots in the first half, and there he is. Starting the game off. He's the first one to touch it, first one to shoot it, and he gets it to go down. They swing it over to Garland. Garland, jab step, driving it down, pulls it all the way back out, has it up top, being guarded by Coby White. Crossing over to his left. Vucevic switched onto him. Garland driving it down. Takes it in the corner. Dean Wade, a left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Vucevic knocks the rebound over to Giddey. There's a Giddey rebound. Giddey bringing it down in the lane. Leans in. Kicks it up top. Vucevic takes the first 2 shots of the quarter. Knocks down the first 2 shots of the quarter as the trailer for 3. And Chicago is taking a 9-point lead here. 58-67. Allen hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell driving it down in the lane. Throws up the floater. Gets a nice. Oh, no, he doesn't. It hit the side of the rim. It looked like it was going to fall down, but it rolls off the side of the rim. Giddey bounce pass to Okoro. He gets a layup and a timeout for Cleveland. A quick 7-0 run for Chicago here to give them an 11-point lead right out the gate. Wow. Kinar said Okoro, Okogie, Okafor, and O'Connell under 20 combined. Oda Austin said, can the Knicks win an NBA championship? They can. They are capable of it. They do have a roster to do it. A lot's going to have to go their way. They're going to have to play extremely well. They're going to need to be healthy. A lot's got to go right for them, but they can do it. Air Dog Clip said, win commentator. Appreciate you, Air Dog. Appreciate you. So now Chicago threatening to make this a beatdown. Remember, we have the ability to jump over to the other game should there be a necessity for it. That is a closer one. 7-point lead for Minnesota. 72-65 on that one. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 17 and 8. Wow, actually rebounding the ball. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 8 rebounds. Wow. Cedric Coward with 9. Jalen Wells with 13. Randall with 13 on 14 shot attempts. Gobert with 10. Steven Chinzo with 11. Najee Reed with 11. Highland with 10. McDaniels with only 4. A lot of talk about McDaniels. Minnesota went up 9. A lot of talk about McDaniels making that leap. That leap is not fully complete until you become a more consistent player, although he does have 4 boards and 5 assists, which is nice. Right? If you're not going to impact scoring, you got to find other ways to be impactful, and we know his defense is always going to be there. But the 4 rebounds and the 5 assists is a nice touch on a night where you're not really scoring the ball. I said Coward is a player. He's a player. Part of the reason why Memphis isn't completely off my ban list yet, Zach Edey and Cedric Coward make them really entertaining to watch. And then, if John Morant ever decides to get his act together, he's also can be very entertaining to watch. Josh Lane said, what's the score of the Bulls game? It is 69-58, 11-point lead for the Chicago Bulls here. They came out on a 7-0 run against the Cleveland Cavaliers to start the third quarter. AP reminded people of the like button. Appreciate JP. If you're enjoying the show so far, please go ahead, leave a like, hit that thumbs up button. It is by far the best way you can show support to the channel, to the community, to the stream, to the show. Would very much appreciate it. Keenar said, I'm all the way out on Ja. Don't like the dude. I don't really like him either. I don't really, like, I'm like this close to being fully out on him. A change of scenery, a new coaching staff, a new, like, front office that doesn't just bend the knee to him might be what he needs. But, you know, you're not going to know it until you know it, right? So as of right now, I might be out on him, but the talent is just too high. But, you know, similar situation with Zion. Like, I could say the talent is just too high, but, you know, not giving you a whole lot. Pocket pass from Jaylen Tyson to Jared Allen as he gets himself a poster rolling to the rim. Back to a single-digit game, 69-60. Vucevic up top over to Giddey. Giddey being guarded by Tyson, driving it down in the lane. Kicks it out to nobody, out of bounds. Ball going back to Cleveland. Keenar said, I'm not done with Zion. I get it. I might be done with Zion a little bit more than I am with Ja. There is Garland down the lane. Scoop away with the left hand pass to Coro. And a timeout quickly for Chicago. Lead quickly back down to 7. 10 minutes to go. The thing with Zion and Ja is just... We'll start with Zion. Well, let me start with Ja, because it kind of feeds into what I want to say about Zion. I've seen Ja be the best player on a 50-win team, go to the playoffs, and play well in a playoff game. Play well in a playoff atmosphere. Play well over the course of a playoff series, right? I haven't seen that from Zion. Even if we think he still has that in him, I haven't seen it. So even if Zion is able to string together like a healthy season, like even going to this year, what has he done this year that has been impressive, right? When he has played, hasn't been impressive. Josh said Zion has a lot of potential. The thing about potential is like, cool, man. Like the thing about potential is like, it's cool to have potential, but there are also times where you never meet that, where a player never meets that potential. Like we only talk about it as like, there's so much potential there. But Zion just has not shown the consistency of like improving his game year after year. Like what has he improved this year that he wasn't doing his rookie year? Kind of the same exact player. Still really good, still really talented, can still dominate a game when healthy. But what has he improved on over this time? What has he improved on? You know? And that's the thing about potential. It's like, yeah, the potential is there. But like, it doesn't just manifest itself automatically. You have to put in the work to realize that full potential. And I just don't think Zion has done that. Chuong MTG Arena. What's up, Arena? Can I call you Arena? What's up, Arena? Let's go, Bulls. Yes, sir. You know, I said more Spider, less Darius. You know, I said Zion was killing it in that play-in game when he got hurt. Yeah, he could dominate a game. Cool. But then, like you said, he got hurt. I need to see him have a good season. I need to see him have a good playoff run. Even if it's just like one playoff series. I need to see him do it one time, right? You know, I said, but Chevy, you're saying exactly what I don't like about Ja, aside from his head. Fair. Very fair. I do think Ja has become a better finisher at the rim. I do think he's become smarter at the way he attacks the basket. I do think he's become a better playmaker while in the league. But the deficiencies are still there. The jump shooting, the defense. Like, he's gotten better at the things he was already good at, but he hasn't improved any of the things that are continuously holding him back in his career. And then there's the whole head case thing. You're right about that. It's just, I've seen some improvement on Ja Morant. I haven't seen any improvement with Zion, unfortunately. Buzelis down the lane off a Vucevic screen, gets the layup with the right hand. Here we go, we're back into it. Maybe said Zion Williamson has not impacted winning. He is not. He is not, unfortunately. Darius Garland down the lane, scoop layup as he blew right past Coby White. Again, no defense being played here tonight from either team. It's going to come down to a shootout. Coby White has it up top and fires over Darius Garland, and he knocks it down. It is for sure going to turn into a shootout. Chicago back up by 10 with 9:20 to go. And a turnover from the Cavs, just not paying attention. Tyson tried to get it over to Garland, who was not looking for the ball at all, and it goes out of bounds. Giddey bringing it down. Giddey has it up top, being guarded by Wade. Behind the back pass, gets knocked out of the air. Giddey able to recover it. Gets it out to Coby White. White's going to look to dance inside the Giddey. Giddey shoots a layup and gets it to go over Jared Allen. Nice pass, nice two-man game between Coby White and Josh Giddey there. And the largest lead of the game for the Chicago Bulls, now 12, 76-64. Mitchell crossover step back three on the left wing, splashes it nothing but net. Smooth move from Donovan Mitchell. There he is, Kinohara. Coby White trying to dance with it to get it over to Vucevic. Vucevic gets it over to Okoro, crosses over to his left. Ball knocked out of his hands. Vucevic picks it up to get it over to Giddey. Giddey coming to his left, driving it down in the lane, kicks it in the corner. Coby White, a left corner three. Coby White, another basket. Josh Giddey and Coby White, two-man game. Giving Cleveland fits right now. Mitchell up top coming to his right. Gets it over to Garland. Garland hands it off to Jaylen Tyson. They don't get a hand up. He puts up the three, can't get it to go. Comes up short. White hit ahead to Giddey. Giddey down the lane, goes up, gets stripped. But Okoro right there for the putback. And now the largest lead of the game by any team. 14 points here for Chicago. 81-67 with 8 minutes to go. Jaylen Tyson bringing it down to get over to Allen. I thought they would have looked to play a little bit more through Allen in the second half here, considering he was 5 for 5 from the field. And Mitchell, right on cue, gets it over to Allen, who leaves it off for Jaylen Tyson, cut to the rim. Nice pass from Jared Allen there on the short roll. Coby White gets it over to Vucevic. Vucevic hands it back off to White. White coming to his right, down the lane. Scoop play with the left hand. Got it to go for Coby White. They just can't stop Coby White right now. Whether it's cutting to the rim for layups, his passing ability, his shooting ability, they are not covering Coby White at all. The Cavs swing it around over to Tyson. Jab step going along the baseline. Reverse layup for him. Got it to go. Nice drive and finish for Jaylen Tyson. Giddey on the right wing being guarded by Garland. Spins in the lane. Leaves it off for Okoro and a nice cut to the basket. And the Cavs, nobody protecting the rim. Nobody standing under the basket. Giddey draws two and nobody rotates over. Easy cut for Okoro. Nice finish. Nice pass from Giddey. Up top to Okoro. The Bulls are in a 3-2 zone, it looks like. 2-3 zone. They're in a 2-3 zone. Mitchell right wing three, a deep one. Can't get it to go. Giddey with the rebound. Home run pass to Buzelis, who snuck out. Goes up. Can't get the two-handed jam, but he does get fouled by Jaylen Tyson. Buzelis takes an awkward fall. He's going to pop up. Kayla J. What's up, Kayla? The other game? 85-71 right now. Chicago over Cleveland. 76-68. Minnesota over Memphis right now. AB said, anyone think Donovan Mitchell is going to ask for a trade? No, I don't think he really has. No, I don't think so. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Who wants him? Who wants him? I'm sure people want him, but like who wants him that could actually trade for him right now? And he signed the extension. There's no incentive to trade him right now. Buzelis split the free throws. 86-71, a 15-point lead for Chicago. They get it inside the Jaylen Tyson in the middle of the lane, in the middle of the zone, and he knocks down a little floater in the paint. Buzelis up top to Giddey. Now over to Zach Collins, who's checked in for Vooch. Collins hits Buzelis, come back door, goes up, gets fouled by Garland, sending him back to the foul line for 2 free throws. I said, yeah, who can get Spider? Houston would likely. But why would Houston want Donovan Mitchell right now? They'd have to give up too much to get Mitchell. They'd tear down the depth of their team right now. I think their strength is their depth, their size and their depth. They'd be getting smaller and thinner. Michael Winton. What's up, Michael? How many assists does Coby White have? As Buzelis goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Coby White, how many assists? Coby White was subbed out. We'll check in a second here. We'll check at the next dead ball, big dog. Foul off ball on Okoro. Coby White with only 2 assists tonight. Only 2 assists. Ball knocked out of bounds by Herter. Cavs still looking to inbound it. Approaching the halfway point here in this third quarter. Chicago running away with it. I said, White be scoring, not passing. Yeah, he's he can be tunnel vision for sure. He's more of a shooting guard than a point guard. Jared Allen has it up top. Spins coming down to his left. Against Zach Collins, who played with the left hand. Can't get it to go down. Lonzo Ball, the rebound. Shoves it over to Jaylen Tyson. Goes up and gets fouled. Going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Coming a little bit of a foul fest here. YNG said, how long has Coby White been in the game? I mean, he's subbed out now, but he's played 20 minutes so far. Jaylen Tyson at the foul line for 2. Knocks down the first one. Trey Jones and Jalen Smith subbing in here. Ayo Dosunmu not playing, by the way. Just realized Ayo Dosunmu on the bench in street clothes. Not active tonight. And we're past the halfway point. Cleveland in the zone. Jalen Smith has it down low. Gets it out to Giddey. Giddey coming to his left off the Smith screen. Pass fake. Cross-court pass to Zach Collins, a right wing 3. Comes up short. Lonzo Ball, another rebound. Pushing the pace quickly. Gets it over to DeAndre Hunter in transition, a left wing 3. Comes up short, long rebound. Giddey able to chase it down. Giddey bringing it down. Giddey has it up top. Coming to his right off the screen. Leaves it off for Zach Collins, comes to the basket. Can't get the two-handed slam to go, but a foul on Jared Allen. Zach Collins tried to put him on a poster. Good job from Jared Allen not to give him the easy dunk there. Going to send him to the foul line to earn it from the stripe. I said he's killing my parlay. Donovan Mitchell is killing your parlay. Cleveland's been a tough bet as of late. They've just been so inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get from them. Kay Hazy said the Cavs need help. They need to do something. I know they're missing guys with injury. I know Garland's not 100%. Now Mobley's out. Strus hasn't played a game yet this year. Sam Merrill is out. But my goodness. Do they just not, look entirely locked in? All season. Something looks like it's off with this team. Are they looking to see if it's a flagrant? It's just a good contest from Jared Allen on a dunk attempt. I don't know what the replay is for. Cavs call a full timeout. Oh, are they challenging? Are the Cavs challenging this? This is a foul on Jared Allen, for sure. Body contact, hits him on the arm, doesn't make contact with the ball at all. Unsuccessful challenge. Terrible challenge attempt from the Cavs. Whose idea was that? Whoever job it is on the bench, whichever assistant is responsible for looking at the iPad and the replay of whatever play happened and signaling to the head coach to go for the challenge. Whoever job that is, that man got to get demoted. It can no longer be that guy's job. That is a terrible, terrible challenge attempt from the Cavs there. That's obviously a foul. That's not even close. It was such a quick challenge too. Like the officials were like, "Yeah, this is not even close." Usually the officials spend more time talking and deliberating about it, going over every replay angle. That one was like, "Yeah, that's obviously a foul. All right, let's keep it going." Jared Allen on the bench now. Zach Collins knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. I said the coaching going to take the hit here in Cleveland. They just hired him. Coaching just took a hit, though. It's only his second year, Kenny Atkinson. Zach Collins misses the second free throw. Knocked out of bounds by Herder. So here comes Cleveland. Marty Jones. What's up, Marty Jones? Marty Jones said we can't see the stats. You're always in the way. Ask me what you need to know, big dog. You're on the internet already. You can pull up the stats yourself if you need to. Tyson gets it over to Garland. Garland down the lane. Stops. Pump fakes to get it over to Thomas Bryant. Straightaway three. Can't get it to go. Trey Jones with a long rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Jones gets it over to Smith. Over to Giddey. Collins. Giddey. Three. Off the handoff. Can't get it to go. Thomas Bryant with the rebound. Here comes Lonzo. Lonzo bringing it down. Gets it over to Hunter. Hunter gets it over to Lonzo. Lonzo left corner three. Comes up short. Jalen Smith with the rebound. Here comes Giddey. Giddey bringing it down. Crosses over to his left. Leaves it off for Jalen Smith. Three is the trailer. Too long, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Thomas Bryant rips it away. Here comes Garland bringing it down. Right side of the court. Crosses over. Dancing with it. In and out. Pulls it back out. Step back three for Garland. Can't get it to go. Giddey with the rebound. Home run pass. Zach Collins has it and kicks it out to nobody. Bad pass from Zach Collins. It's going to be a turnover. Ball go back to the Cavs. 89-75. It's a 14-point game with 4:11 to go. Donovan Mitchell coming back in the game. YNG said, is Pat in the game? Pat is not in the game right now, big dog. I said, how Cleveland's supposed to compete with this bozo lineup? No Allen, no Spider. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And again, I know they're dealing with injuries, but my goodness. Mitchell driving it down now in the lane, loses the handle. Chicago turns him over to get it out to Coby White. It was a bad pass, but he was able to recover. So instead of taking the open three, Coby White and the Bulls were now reset. Play their half-court game. Coby White down the lane. Kicks it in the corner to Jones. Jones up top. Zach Collins, wide open straightaway three. Well short. Thomas Bryant with yet another rebound. Here comes Craig Porter bringing it down the other way. Porter has it on the right wing. Up top to Lonzo. Lonzo hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell driving it down. Euro steps to his left. Throws up the floater with the right hand. Draws the foul. Can't get the floater to go down, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. AB said, I hear they're thinking about moving the cup out of Vegas. Yeah, because they did not sell out that game in Vegas. The championship game between the Knicks and the Spurs, they didn't sell it out. So they're thinking of moving it out of Vegas. The issue is that the Knicks fan base and the Spurs fan base did not know if it was going to be worth buying a ticket to Vegas, because neither team didn't know if they were going to be in the championship game until what was it? The game was Tuesday, and the games we played were Saturday? So there was only 2 days in between finding out both teams were going to be in the championship game for the fan bases to buy tickets, buy hotels, buy plane tickets. Like, come on, man. The Bulls turn it over. Mitchell picks it up. Home run pass to Lonzo Ball, who lays it up and in. Donovan Mitchell did knock down both free throws as well. Coby White quickly trying to bring it down the other way and draws a foul. And Thomas Bryant's going to send him to the foul line for 2. Chicago still leading by 10 with 3:12 to go. 89-79 right now. I said, wow, no sellout. Well, nobody knew they were going to be in the championship game. How are you going to sell it out to the fan bases when it's at a neutral site and you don't give the fan bases enough time to buy? And by the way, it's not also like if you gave them time. It's the holiday season. It's the holiday season. So are people going to, while they're like out trying to buy gifts for everybody, also going to like purchase plane tickets, hotel tickets, and flight tickets for themselves in Vegas? Like you kind of just put yourself up for failure there. Oh my goodness, Donovan Mitchell gets it over to DeAndre Hunter out on the break as Chicago turns it over again. And DeAndre Hunter with a big one-handed hammer trying to energize his team now, who's only down by 8. Trey Jones down the lane, loses the handle, loose ball, out of bounds, going to Cleveland. And the Cavs defense picking up here. 81-89 with 2:43 to go. Cleveland will bring it down now. KNR said, yeah, it would have sold that MSG for sure. It literally would have showed that any other arena, like in San Antonio, would have been sold out, right? If it had to be there. It just makes no sense if you're going to do it at a neutral site to not give the fan bases enough time and away from the holidays in order to have the money and the time and the wherewithal to know I got to go buy these tickets and make my way to Vegas to watch this game. Thomas Bryant gets blocked up top by Jalen Smith, but they call a foul. And so Thomas Bryant will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Cleveland find themselves down by 8 right now. Trent said 1 more rebound from Lonzo. Just needs that 1 more Lonzo rebound. K. Hazy said that's why you need to do Cleveland. Oh, that's what you need to do, Cleveland. Thomas Bryant knocks down the first free throw. Werneus, what's up, where? Is Josh Giddey in the game? Josh Giddey is not in the game right now. Thomas Bryant knocks down both free throws. It's a 6-point game. Chicago Bulls have not made a shot over the last 5 minutes. White gets it up top to Trey Jones. And is this like a 1-3-1? No, it's like a mini matchup zone here. It's like a matchup zone. Trey Jones down the lane, exploits the defense, splits the coverage, gets down the lane and knocks down a floater in the paint. And finally, after 5 minutes of remaining scoreless, they get a basket. And they get a stop here as Donovan Mitchell misses the layup. Here comes Coby White bringing it down, coming to his left, down the lane, to the basket, scoop layup, past Thomas Bryant, got it to go, and now they're back up by 10 just like that. Here comes Lonzo, bringing it down. Greg Porter up top, dancing with it. They show 2, steps through, cross court to Mitchell, left corner 3, over Trey Jones. Got it to go for Donovan Mitchell. Back down to 7, 86-93, 1:30 to go. Pat Williams gets it over to Jaylen Smith, gets it out to Coby White, coming to his right, off the Williams screen, off the Smith screen, driving it down in the lane, pump fake, shoves it into Smith, loses the handle, picks it back up, hits it over to Kevin Huerter, cutting to the rim, can't get the lefty layup to go. Huerter in the backcourt complaining about a foul call. Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down the other way. They get it up top to Lonzo Ball. They get it over to Craig Porter. Jab step, driving it down, kicks it out to Lonzo. Lonzo with a pass fake, has it up top, step back, inside the Craig Porter, to the rim, leaves it off. Thomas Bryant, two-handed slam, beautiful ball movement from Cleveland there, cutting it to a 5-point game with 40 seconds to go in this third quarter. Coby White has it up top, being guarded by Huerter, and gets fouled by DeAndre Hunter. Kayla said, right, Allen, come on, lock in. Jared Allen's not been all that great tonight. I mean, he's played well. They just haven't had them out there enough, I guess. Fernando Burrito, what's up, Fernando? Burrito, what's up, Fernando? I said, wait, so now it's Allen letting me down. Yeah, funny how that happens. Funny how that happens. He was on his way. He's going to have a big fourth quarter here. Derek Gang said, man, they need to lock Spider down. They do. They do. AB said the Empire State Building is orange and blue tonight, and it should remain orange and blue for the remainder of the next season. Keenar said I could sell the bet. Yeah, but where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? This is why I can't bet, because I would never. I would never. 7-point lead for Chicago here. Darius Garland bringing it down for the final 30 seconds here. Get it over to Allen, hand it off to Mitchell. Mitchell up top, swings through, step back, 3 over Coby White. Can't get that one to go. Lonzo rebound, saves it over to Donovan Mitchell, but he can't handle the pass, and Coby White picks up the loose ball. Coby White has it up top. He's going to wind down the clock as much as he can. About a 3-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Coby White has it up top, being guarded by DeAndre Hunter. YOLO, what's up, YOLO? Get it over to Trey Jones, driving it down in the lane, stops, kicks it out. Vucevic, extra pass to Huerter. Huerter, a left wing 3. Can't get it to go. Jaylen Smith battling on the glass, out of bounds off of Jaylen Smith. Going to go to the Cavs with 1.3. Home run pass to Jared Allen, catches, sky hook at the buzzer, can't get it to go. Beautiful pass, beautiful full court pass from Lonzo Ball, and Jared Allen just smoked the layup. And so now it's 95-88, the end of the third quarter. Fernando said, just found this channel. Appreciate you, Fernando, man. Hope you're having a good time tonight. We cover games 6 times a week, mostly cover the Knicks. So when the Knicks are playing, we will be watching Knicks games. But outside of that, we try to cover every single team in the league. We go around the league every night. Speaking of, we can go to the other game that's on tonight, which is Grizzlies Timberwolves. And check that one out right now. It's 88-81. Memphis now leading Minnesota. My goodness. If Minnesota loses this one, even with no Anthony Edwards, this is a tough loss. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 22 and 10. Drago said, will Coro get 1 rebound this quarter? Probably. Cedric Howard only 9 tonight. Jaren Jackson Jr. leading the way with 22. Jalen Wells with 14. Also 10. This is big. 10 rebounds for Jaren Jackson Jr. This man averages like 5 as a big man. So, Fernando said the Knicks are my team. Well, then welcome, Fernando. Welcome. We cover every single Knicks game, brother. We don't miss. My voice is a little hoarse today because we were too busy celebrating last night. Going a little crazy after the game. Getting decent production off the bench. Londale is giving them 11. Omax is giving them 7. KCP with 8. Knocked down 2 threes. Not bad. For the Timberwolves, they just haven't gotten anything going. Randall is 5 for 16 from the field, 13 points. McDaniels with only 11. Gobert with 10. DiVincenzo with 13. Bones Highland with 12. I mean, everybody's contributing, but you need somebody to stand out here a little bit. 11 off the bench for Naj Reid. 5 for Dillingham. 6 for Terrence Shannon Jr. 2 for Jalen Clark. He only played 9 minutes. Lana Mona said, how about some likes for Chef Phoenix fans? Appreciate you, Lana Mona. If you're enjoying the show so far, please go ahead, leave a like. Hit the thumbs up button. It is by far the best way you can show support to the channel. I'd very much appreciate it. Mark Ali said, I'm rooting for the Bulls. Anyone else? I don't know if I'm rooting for the Bulls. It would be fun to see the Bulls take down the Cavs and have that Cavs misery continue to roll. It would be pretty funny. Dirt Gang said they need to sit Spider for half the fourth. I don't know if they can afford to do that, big dog. All right, here we go. We're checking back in. Mitchell down the lane. Can't get the floater. And then an offensive basket interference by Thomas Bryant. Not how you want to start the fourth quarter if you are Cleveland. Just giving away a basket there. Here comes Giddey bringing it down. My timer's starting? Timer is gone. They get it into Vucevic, middle of the lane. Can't knock down the little fall-away jumper. Lonzo with the rebound. They get it over to Craig Porter. Porter coming to his right off the Thomas Bryant screen. They swing it over to Lonzo. Lonzo right corner 3. In and out, can't get it to stay. Fight for the rebound. Vucevic grabs it. Here comes Giddey bringing it down. Giddey gets it over to Trey Jones. Trey Jones back to Giddey. Giddey's going to fire the straightaway 3. Nobody steps up to guard him. And he makes them pay by knocking down the 3. Back up to 10, the Bulls go. Lonzo up top being guarded by Trey Jones. Coming to his right up the Bryant screen. Down the lane, in the corner. And DeAndre Hunter steps out of bounds. Ball going back to Chicago here. And to start the fourth quarter, all momentum pointing towards Chicago. Kyle, what's up, Kyle? You think Tyson will get 5 boards? I'm low-key nervous. Probably not. Get it out to Josh Giddey, left corner 3. He's open. Can't get that one to go. Coby White trying to keep the ball alive. But knocks it over to Lonzo. Here comes Craig Porter. Porter bringing it down. Pulls it all the way back out. Get it over to Thomas Bryant. Now over to Lonzo Ball. Ball on the right wing. Coming to his left. Sprays it out to Mitchell. Mitchell along the baseline. Pulls it back out. Good defense from Okoro. They get it back up top the ball. Ball being guarded by Giddey. Trying to direct some traffic. Tried to force it inside the Craig Porter. Knocked out of bounds. Good hands and good defense from Trey Jones to jump the passing lane there. R said, Allen, baby, we need more Allen. Naquan Tomlin is in the game. Still no Jared Allen. YNG said, is Coby and Tyson in the game? Tyson is out. Coby White is in the game. Isaac Okoro turns it over. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. Crosses over in the lane, shoots up the floater, gets it to go over Vooch. Here comes Buzelis bringing it down. Buzelis on the right wing. Up top to Vooch, over to Giddey. Giddey swings through to his right off the Vooch screen. Pocket pass to Vooch. In the lane, he throws up a floater, and he gets it to go down. Floater for floater on those back-to-back possessions. Mitchell crosses over, down the lane, back to his right, flips it up with the right hand again, got it to go, and then Tre Jones just beats him down the court, scoop lay with the right hand, got it to go. Terrible, terrible defense by the Cavs there. I mean, great heads-up play by Giddey, great heads-up play by Tre Jones to beat them down the court. Giddey delivers the pass, but my goodness, somebody got to get back on defense. Mitchell down the lane, kick it over to Craig Porter. Porter dancing with it. Up top, Thomas Bryant fires a straightaway three, comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Craig Porter grabs it. They kick it out to Hunter. Inside the Thomas Bryant. Loses it. Still loses it. Still losing it. Now dives on the floor. Saves it to nobody. Giddey picks it up. And now it's a 5-on-4 as Thomas Bryant is laying on the ground. Giddey crosses over in the lane. Lobs it up top to Vooch. Vooch lays it up and in. And it looks like Chicago, with all the momentum right now, might be able to run away with it. They're up by 12, and they have all of the momentum. Under 9 to go here in the fourth. Craig Porter dancing with it. Get it up top to Mitchell. There he is, Garland going to the scorer's table, getting ready to check in. Mitchell, quick crossover to his left, pulls it out, dancing with it, a straightaway three over Giddey. They need it, and he delivers. Back to single digits, 95 to 104. Mitchell trying to put the Superman cape on here in the fourth quarter. Tre Jones coming to his right. They leave it up top to Vooch. Vooch down low to Okoro. Bad pass, but he saves it into Tre Jones. Now leaves it off for Buzelis in the ball movement as the Cavs continuously fall asleep on the Chicago Cutters tonight. Mitchell, quick crossover and just blows his way to the basket and gets an easy one-handed dunk as Chicago does not get back on defense, and a full timeout from Chicago because they did not get back on defense. They need a quick breather here. 8:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. Keenar said, yeah, that's what we need, Naquan Tomlin. I don't know what's going on with Jared Allen, but his playing time has just continuously, as the season gone on, whether they're healthy or not, his playing time has been getting lower and lower and lower, and there are times where he barely plays in the fourth quarters of games. Weird. It is weird for sure. FNG said, is Coby in the game? Coby White is not in the game, big dog. He is not in the game right now. Right now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they have Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Hunter, Naquan Tomlin, Thomas Bryant, Craig Porter Jr. We'll see if they come out with the same lineup after this timeout, but as of right now, the Chicago Bulls have Isaac Okoro, Maras Buzelis, Nikola Vucevic, Josh Giddey, and Tre Jones. Do you think he'll come back in? He will definitely come back in at some point. He might even come back in after this timeout. We'll see. Mark said, go Bulls. Here they go. Here they go. Kayla said, I need Wells to get a block shot from the other game. You need Jalen Wells, who has 3 steals but no blocks tonight so far, Kayla. No blocks tonight. 3 steals, though. Mason Edmonds, what's up, Mason? 400 on this game if the Bulls win. I mean, it looks like they're on their way. It looks like they're on their way. Trent said, I need Tyson to score. The only way Tyson will score at this point is if they double Donovan Mitchell and force him to give up the ball. Donovan Mitchell is going to try to put that Superman cape on right now. Cuba, what's up, Cuba? Mark said, do you think the Bulls can win this time? I do. I mean, they got the lead right now. Cleveland has not been playing well as of late. Donovan Mitchell is trying to, he's up to, 32 points now? 11 for 22 from the field. Trying to put that Superman cape on. We'll see if he'll be able to pull it out. Eddie said, Randall is choking my parlay, 20 points, all I need, and he's got 11. I mean, that is the Julius Randle experience. As a Knicks fan, that is the Julius Randle experience, brother. Keenar said, yeah, and I got the Jared Allen experience right now. Yeah. So far this year, this has been the Jared Allen experience. For whatever reason, coach just not trusting him so much this year. He is back in the game, though, Keenar. He's back in the game here. They're in the zone. Vucevic has it in the post. Stops, turns, spins, pump fake, spins again. Flips it up the right hand, can't get it to go. And Allen with the rebound. There's one. There's a rebound. Here comes Darius Garland bringing it down. Garland has it up top, crosses over to his right, down the lane. Tries to scoop it up with the right hand, gets swatted out of bounds by Vucevic. Not going to lie, if you get swatted out of bounds by Vucevic, that's a little embarrassing. Vucevic, not much of a shot blocker. I'd be a little embarrassed if Vucevic blocked me at the rim. Just that's at another game of 125 will get the win. Tonight is definitely a shootout between these two teams. Not a ton of defense being played. Garland lobs it over the top to Allen. Allen has it up top, hands it off to Garland. Coming to his right. And a foul on Isaac Okoro as Jared Allen takes a dive to the floor. Twilson, what's up, Twilson? Need 1 to 3 for Randall to hit my slip. Mitchell just hit 4 minus threes for me. I said, yeah, flop Allen. A little bit of a dive there for Allen. He has it up top, hands it off to Garland. A straightaway 3 for him off the handoff. Comes up short, battle for the rebound. Giddey has it, and he's bringing it down the other way. Giddey up top to Vooch, swings it over to Herter. Jab step, coming to his left off the Vooch screen. In the lane, down, stop, turn, spin. All the way jumper. Can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Still loose. Garland picks it up. Here comes Darius Garland bringing it down. Garland up top coming to his right off the Allen screen. Swings it out to Tomlin. A left wing 3 for Tomlin. No hesitation. Can't get it to go. Giddey yet another rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. Giddey bringing it down. Coming to his left, rejecting the Vooch screen. Leaves it off for Vooch, who's standing out by the three-point line all by himself. And he makes them pay by knocking down the 3. Back up by 12, the Bulls go. Tyson has it up top, hands it off to Garland. Hits Tomlin, cutting back door, reverse layup, can't get it to go, but gets fouled by Buzelis. Gonna send him to the foul line for 2, with just under 7 to go here in the 4th. Susan, what's up, Susan? Reminding people hit the like button. Appreciate you, Susan. If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. YNG said, is Coby in the game? Coby is not in the game yet, brother. He is not in the game yet. Tomlin knocks down the first free throw. Trey Jones subs back in. Misses the second free throw. Battle for the loose ball. Giddey yet another rebound. Giddey with the triple-double tonight. Giddey in the lane. Takes it out. Buzelis, a right corner 3. Comes up short. High bounce on the rebound. Loose ball. Jaylen Tyson picks it up. They're out and running. They leave it off for Garland. Garland driving it down. Euro steps in the lane. Reverse lay for him. Gets blocked. Herter saves it over to Buzelis. And now here comes Herter bringing it down. Garland with a little bit of a wild shot there. Got blocked. They get it into Vooch. Vooch 1-1 against Tomlin. They swing it out to Jones. Jones in the lane. Shovels it back to Vooch. Vooch leans in. Flips it up with the right hand. Got it to go. And Cleveland having a tough time staying in front of Chicago and keeping them out of the paint. A lot of pain point tonight for Chicago. Tyson crossing over with it down the lane, goes up with the layup. Got it to go for Jaylen Tyson. There's a bucket from him off the bounce. Not something you normally see from him. Giddey bringing it down. He has it on the left wing, driving it down in the lane. Scoop layup with the right hand, can't get it to go. But Vucevic right there for the tip, up and in. Everything going Chicago's way right now. We're under 6 minutes to go. Garland has it up top, and Chicago holding on to a 13-point lead. Garland throws a horrific lob pass up to Tomlin. Home run pass over to Giddey down the court by himself, and he lays it up and in. What was Garland thinking? You're down 13, and he's throwing a scoop, pop hand, underhanded pass where he pops it up into the air for Naquan Tomlin, and it's nowhere near him. Like if he's Wemby, maybe he could get that, but that's at the top of the square on the backboard. Just that's it. How about them Knicks? How about them Knicks? How about them Knicks? You know, I said, who thought I was going to get wrecked by Naquan Tomlin? I mean, Jared Allen is in the game. He's got 12 and 6. What'd you need out of Jared Allen, Kinohara? Got 12 and 6. He's got 18 points and rebounds combined. Did you need 20-something, right? Jay Hasty said game is over. Shaking my head. I don't know if the game is over. Chicago could definitely let go of the rope. We've seen that before. I just don't know if Cleveland has it in them. They took Donovan Mitchell out of the game for some reason. You have to win these games. You're hovering around 500. Every game matters. Donovan Mitchell might just have to put his big boy pants up and play the whole fourth quarter. But they're going to bring him in. He's going to try to put the Superman cape on. He was really the only guy who had anything going before he came out of the game here in the fourth quarter. But Cleveland's sitting with 12 points right now in this fourth. Trent said, I need Allen to have less than 9 rebounds. He's sitting with 6 right now. So you're on your way with that one, brother. YNG said, is D. Mitchell in or out? He is out of the game right now. He'll probably come back in after this timeout, full timeout from the Cavs. They're now down by 15, but Hara said, and Allen get a freaking rebound? Maybe that's why Kenny is not high on him. Maybe. Yeah, he's kind of fallen out of favor, especially in crunch time situations. Cleveland is not going to Jared Allen a lot. It's kind of become like a regular sight in Cleveland where sometimes he's just not a part of the fourth quarter rotations all that much. And they normally don't even close out the game with him anymore. Kayla said, I need 9 rebounds from Allen and 3 more points. Then with 12 points and 6 rebounds right now. Not the greatest night for Jared Allen. Former All-Star Jared Allen, just not doing a whole lot out there overall. His presence is not being felt whatsoever. Dirt Gang said Garland is trash. Well, Garland is dealing with the injury. He gets a little bit of a pass for his play. But, yeah, I mean, with all the injuries that they have, you need somebody to step up other than Donovan Mitchell because he's been doing this thing all season long. But it's just not enough. It just has not been enough. Coby White is coming into the game for Josh Giddey here. Okoro coming in for Buzelis. I said, yeah, he is languishing totally. I mean, no Mobley and the matchup with Vooch? Seriously? Yeah. I mean, honestly, it just kind of comes down to me. His presence is not felt whatsoever. Donovan Mitchell is back in the game for Naquan Tomlin. So now Jared Allen remains the lone big out there. Josh Giddey now on the bench. But Coby White is back in. Garland gets it over to Dean Wade. Back out to Garland. Garland down the lane, throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Gets his own offensive rebound. Driving it down, throws up another floater. Another miss for Darius Garland, 2 in a row. Here comes Trey Jones bringing it down. Coming to his right up the Vucevic screen. Leaves it off for Vooch. Vooch in the lane. Takes it out to Coby White. Coby White up top, crossing over to his left. Down the lane, bump Euro. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. D. Foster said, I need Mitchell and Coby to take 2 shots. And Garland doesn't need to take 3 shots. Sean, what's up, Sean? Is Donovan Mitchell coming back in? Donovan Mitchell is now in the game. Came in right after that timeout. Manuel Mercado, what's up, Manuel? How excited are you about the Knicks' odds of winning the chip after winning the season cup? They remain the same. I've been high on the Knicks going back to last year. Remain just as high as I am after the chip. I've had incredible faith in them, big dog. Coby White goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. 17-point lead for Chicago now. John Wiggins, what's up, John? Garland messing everything up. Mitchell has it up top. Crossing over to his left, down the lane. Euro leaves it off for Jared Allen. And there's a basket for Jared Allen. There's 2 points for Jared Allen, y'all. Here comes Trey Jones. Jones being guarded by Garland. Coming to his left, down the lane, stops, leaves it off for Vooch. Vooch in the lane, stops, turns, spins, flips it up with the right hand over Allen. Got it to go. I mean, Vooch is throwing up foul line hook shots, and he's getting them to go down right now. He's in his zone. Mitchell coming to his right, stops, cross-court pass to Jaylen Tyson, pump fakes, down the lane, hop steps, up top to Mitchell, splits the defense to the basket, scoop play with the left hand, can't get it to go. Vucevic with the rebound. Quick outlet to Okoro. Okoro over to Jones. Jones to the basket, easy layup. DeAndre Hunter, instead of, that was a 2-on-1 fast break. Instead of maybe stopping the ball or getting out to that first pass, he just decided to not guard anybody and gave Trey Jones the easy layup. A 19-point lead here for Chicago. DeAndre Hunter dancing with it. Crosses over to his right in the corner to Jaylen Tyson. He pump fakes. Pocket pass to Allen. Allen back to Tyson. Tyson along the baseline. Got nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter a three. Got that one to go. Billy Donovan and the Chicago Bulls use a timeout with 3:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Not looking good for Cleveland. Just that's a 12 for 34 from three. 40 would ice this. I said, okay, I need 4 units, points and rebounds. You need at least one more basket. Two baskets would obviously do it. That's the easiest way to get it done. But, considering how poorly he's rebounded tonight, only 6 tonight for him. Check out the other game real quick. It's got 5 minutes to go. Grizzlies up by 4. So the conclusion of this game, we'll also check out the conclusion of this Grizzlies-Minnesota game. As a matter of fact, it might benefit us right now to go to the split screen. Go ahead and do this. Add it to the multi-view. Hard, horrible. Horrible tonight for Jared Allen. I mean, just not having his presence felt whatsoever by the Chicago Bulls. The Purge, what's up, Purge? Is Herder in? Herder is not in the game right now. Coming out of the timeout, it looks like they're going to go with Coby White, Josh Giddey. No, Kevin Herder is in the game. Kevin Herder, Vucevic, and Okoro. Giddey is in for Trey Jones. Herder is out there. Coby White driving to his left, in the lane, pulls it out, takes it up top. Kevin Herder, straightaway three. And right on cue, Kevin Herder comes into the game and knocks down the three. Garland gets it in the corner to Jaylen Tyson. He misses the three. Vooch with the rebound. And this is the point where Cleveland shoulders are slumped. They're chucking up threes. They have definitely felt like this one has slipped away from them. Coby White in the lane, kicks it out to Giddey. Giddey up top. And it feels like at this point, we're just winding down the time. Got the other game on, so we'll call that one too as we're at it. They get it into Herder. Herder gets fouled going to the rim. He gets fouled by Garland. Foul on the floor. 2:47 to go. And Thomas Bryant comes in for Jared Allen. And that's it for Jared Allen. I said Allen can't get a defensive rebound at all. Thomas Bryant comes in for Jared Allen, Kinahara. That's probably going to end his night. Probably going to end his night right there. Side out of bounds here for Chicago. They get it into Coby White. White dancing with it up top. Euro steps down the lane. Leaves it off for Herder. Herder spins. Kicks it out to Okoro. Driving to his left. Loses the handle. And a 3-second violation on the Bulls, on Vooch. All going back to the Cavs here, but they're down by 19. So, they're down by 20. That's what my score should be. But if they took a point away at some point, I know that Herder 3 was definitely a 3. My score should definitely be right. 124 to 105, they say. Down the lane, and Jaylen Tyson gets a layup. And yeah, so Cleveland has waved the white flag. They brought in their third and fourth string unit here. Mitchell is out. Jared Allen is out. Garland is now out. Engine said, is Vucevic in the game? Big Vooch is still in the game. He's still in the game right now. Coby White down the lane, loses the handle. Tomlin picks it up. Goes down the lane, tries to throw down a one-handed hammer. Can't get it. Long rebound out to the Cavs. And then Coby White uses a foul. At the conclusion of this Cleveland-Chicago game, we'll switch over to Memphis, Minnesota, and watch the ending of that game. Right now, they have 5 minutes to go, but we're under 2 minutes here. Might as well stick it out to the very end. They kick it up top. They swing it over. Thomas Bryant to 3. Gets it to go. I mean, it's a 14-point game with 2 minutes to go. Like, I don't know if I would have quit if I was Cleveland. A lot of teams quitting in the NBA recently. It's weird to me. You fight to the very end. Coby White shovels it over to Vooch, who misses a floater. Here comes the Cavs bringing it down. Proctor steps back for a 3. In and out, can't get it to go. Battle for a loose ball rebound. Herter picks it up. Giddey will bring it down. Wilson said, come on, Rando, hit one more damn 3. So Giddey's going to shoot the 3. They don't get out to guard him, and he knocks it down. And that's going to be a little bit of a dagger. So you know what I'm going to do? We're going to start switching it up. We're going to get the Chicago game out of here. We're going to switch over fully now to the Minnesota Grizzlies game. I'm going to get rid of the multi-view, and we're just going to switch over to this game full time now. That Giddey 3 is the nail in the coffin. That one's over. And Chicago is pulling out all their starters. They're putting in their bench guys. So any bets you guys have had is likely going to be final now. Other game is close. Yeah, so we're going to switch over here. A 3 for Jaylen Wells. Can't get it to go. I have this set up here so I can do this. We are doing now, what is this? Memphis Grizzlies versus Timberwolves. Where's the G? Where's the G? Where's the G? Up here. Here we go. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now I just have to... I'm going to restart that timer. Take that down. And we're going to reset our score. It is 101-98. Gobert's at the foul line for 2. Kinohara said, is Aldama on the court? That under is looking good unless they go into overtime. We could switch over right now and let you know. I could switch over right now and let you know. Aldama is not on the court right now for the Grizzlies. Gobert misses a free throw. Randall with the rebound. Loses the handle, though, and Wells picks it up. 101-99, a 2-point game with 3:30 to go. Okay, get out to Londale for a 3. Londale knocks it down. 104-99 now. Timeout with 3:21 to go. Minnesota's 99. Let's do that. Here we go. And Memphis is up to 104-99 now. Also edit our stream, because now we are going to do, now that this game is over, we are going to do Memphis Grizzlies versus the Minnesota Timberwolves here. Now that that has changed, change the thumbnail. Do Grizzlies versus T-Wolves. Boom, boom, and boom. And now we are ready. Only thing I want to do is I want to go into here and just change our timer. I'll put it to 4. I hate when I do that. There we go. $3:21 to go. Here we go. We're coming back into it. I got you, Eddie. I got you. I reset the timer to 4 minutes there. So 3:20 to go. Our timer will catch up in a second here. Bones Highland bringing it down. They get it over to DiVincenzo. Back to Highland. Highland up top. Coming to his right off the Gobert screen. Now to his left on the rescreen. Sidestep 3 for Highland. He's feeling it. Wide left. Can't get it to go. Aldama with the rebound. Aldama bringing it down now. They get it over to Coward. Coward up top. Swings through to his left. Driving it down. Stops, slips, and falls for Coward. DiVincenzo with the loose ball. Throws a lob up to Gobert, and he throws it down in transition. Big time slip and fall for Coward there. Aldama has it on the right wing up top to Londale. Londale gets it over to Jackson Jr. These jerseys for the Grizzlies are terrible, by the way. They look like Magic jerseys with the pinstripes. And they call a foul on the spin move from Jackson Jr. And I think they say foul on the floor, and he's upset about it. Trent said, now we need Randall to just get some points. We have 2:30 to go here. And Jackson Jr. is at the foul line for 2 free throws. They don't give him the and one, but they're in the bonus, so he's got 2 free throws coming. 2:30 to go. Naj Reid is coming in. Bones Highland to the bench. Jackson Jr. goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. 5-point lead for Memphis here. Randall bringing it down. Get it over to McDaniels. Now over to Randall. Hands it off to DiVincenzo. Coming to his right with the handoff down the lane. Flips it over the right hand. Gets blocked by Jackson Jr. and saves it over to Wells. Here comes Memphis bringing it down the other way. Cross court over to Coward. Coward catches it on the run. And they call a travel on Coward. Yeah, he definitely started running with that ball before he caught it. Get it into DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo bringing it down. Minnesota trailing by 5 with 2 minutes to go here. McDaniels gets it over to Randall. Minnesota's been very reliant on Anthony Edwards here. Naj Reid throws up the floater way off, hit the backboard, doesn't even touch the rim. And Naj Reid looking at the official, looking for a call. Like, brother, play basketball. You got to make that shot. Or don't shoot that terrible shot. Coward coming to his left. Has it up top, being guarded by McDaniels. They get it over to Aldama. Hands it back off to Coward. Catches. Pump fakes. Back up top to Aldama. Shot clock winding down. Bullet pass inside the Wells. Pump fake. Spins. Kicks it out. Londale. Left corner 3. Just hit one from the right. Can't get that one to go. Gobert with the rebound. Saves it over to DiVincenzo. And here comes Minnesota bringing it down the other way. Running a little bit. They get it over to McDaniels. McDaniels crosses over to his left. Down the lane. Stop. Pump fake. Spins. Puts up the little floater. In and out. Can't get it to go. But a late foul call will send him to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Michael Winton said, is the Cleveland game over? I mean, it was essentially over. But yes, it is officially over. Chicago won 127-111. Okay, he said, Tibbs told you can't finish, Devo. Yeah, got to play your role, big dog. You got to play that role. Daniels knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Kenar said, I sold Aldama. You're calling his name too much. McDaniels knocks down the second free throw. 1 possession game here. 3-point lead. 106-103 here. 103. Memphis with the lead. Jackson Jr. has it up top. Spins. Kicks it out. Londale, right corner 3. Got that one to go. Jock Londale killing Minnesota, spacing it out to the corners. 2 for 3 here in this fourth quarter from those corner 3s. Naj Reid a step back 3 trying to answer. Can't get it to go. Under a minute. Memphis leading by 6. 109-103. Coward bringing it down. He has it up top. They show multiple defenders to get it out to Jackson Jr. He's going to drive it down, throws up the floater. Got it to go. Feels like a little bit of a dagger there for Jackson Jr. as Memphis finds themselves up by 8 here. 111-103 with 47 seconds to go here. Okay, he said, need Allen for 1 point? Well, unfortunately, that game is over with, so you're not going to be able to get to Allen 1 more point. Getting gamed on by Jock Londale's got to hurt. It's got to hurt. They gave him 3 wide open threes out of the corner. Stir said, Morantless Grizzlies are better than the Edwardsless Wolves. I think the Grizzlies are just more accustomed to playing without John Morant because he never plays than the Timberwolves are with playing without Anthony Edwards. And Julius Randle was not good tonight. During this timeout, we can take a look at the box score real quick. Randle with 17 points on 19 shot attempts. He's 1 for 6 from three-point range. Yikes. Only 5 rebounds and 3 assists with 3 turnovers for Julius Randle. Not what you want to see. Gobert with 16 and 16. Daniels with 13, 7, and 6. Even Chinzo with 11 rebounds. 16 points for him. Bones Highland with 12, 3, and 4. Naj Reid with 29 minutes off the bench. Oh, they've gone to a 6-man lineup in the second half here. Wow. Randle in the paint, pump fake spins, goes up with the left hand, gets the and one to go down. All right, that's something. That's a step in the right direction. Marjoon Ragos with the Marjoon. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. You know, Hart said, I don't think Ja's helping the team win, honestly. Just like LeBron is hurting the Lakers. I don't know. I feel like he's helping them. The guy that helps Memphis the most is Zach Giddey, who's now out for another month with some kind of foot thing. Jake Taylor, what's up, Jake? Randle sold me. Needed him for 19 points and 5 assists. He's been at 3 assists the entire second half. Yikes. Yikes, Jake. Very unlike Randle, but also very much like Randle. Very on brand for him as he misses a free throw. Londale with the rebound knocked out of his hands by Randle. The officials are going to talk about it. And they're going to give it to the Grizzlies. And the Timberwolves are going to use their challenge. And that's definitely off of Aldama. So the Timberwolves will get the ball back here. You know, I said, but why are you picking Randle assists? I mean, with no Anthony Edwards, you would think he would be like the focal point of the offense, and he would be having, his job would be to be spraying it out to his teammates as the main hub. I mean, we saw him do it with the Knicks. Definitely a skill set he has. You know, I mean, and is how he's going to be scoring. I mean, as the guy with the ball in his hands, he's going to be scoring and assisting. He's going to be doing both. It's not like Minnesota's bereft of talent. They got DiVincenzo. Highland in the starting lineup. He can knock down shots. He's a three-point shooter. McDaniels has been playing well this year offensively. You got Naj Reid off the bench. Gobert could be a lob threat. You got guys you can pass it to. He should be in score-first mode, but the shot's not falling down. So not assisting, not knocking down shots efficiently, not having a good game. And he said, please, three-pointer. Who do you need for a three-pointer, brother? Stir Show said, Bulls, Grizzlies? Would be a wild outcome tonight. Timberwolves win the challenge. They will retain that timeout. Randle 3. 38.5 to go in the game. Oof. 6-point deficit for Minnesota. Going to need a three-point shot to go down. McDaniels will inbound it. They lob it inside the Randle. Randle has it at the foul line and throws it to nobody. It flies off the hands of Naj Reid. Looks like he jammed the finger. He's hurting. Ball's going to go back to Memphis here either way. Oh, man. I thought that, hit off a Gobert or something. It was a bad pass from Randle. It just hits off of Naj Reid's hands, man. And Randle can't believe it. He's like, that was the play, dude. You got to be ready to catch that. It flies off the hands of Naj Reid. Looks like he jammed his finger. And the ball is going to go back to Memphis here with 36 seconds to go. It looks like Minnesota is going to collapse here a little bit. You know, I said Nas doing his Rudy impression with the Butterfingers. I mean, he's still holding that hand. He's still hurting. He is still hurting. That's his right hand, his shooting hand. KCP will inbound it here for the Grizzlies. They throw it in the backcourt to Jalen Wells. Wells has it up top. They show a double team. DiVincenzo trying to come up with the steal. They swing it back out to KCP. The timer is ticking. They eventually foul KCP. And McDaniels was the guy who picked up the foul. So he's going to foul out. Nobody is happy at that situation. Minnesota is upset because when Minnesota eventually used their foul, they didn't call it right away. It was a very late whistle. KCP at the foul line for 2. Got it to go. And the frustration's boiling over for Minnesota here. They don't have the offensive guys to bring this one back. Unless DiVincenzo wants to make some magic happen. They got Highland back in the game. With McDaniels out now. Highland is going to rush it down. Loses the handle. Gets it over to Randall. Randall's going to put his head down, attack. Big one-handed hammer. And now you find yourself down by 6. With no timeouts remaining. Get it in the Wells. And now they're going to play the foul game. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the night as Minnesota falls. Minnesota falls and Cleveland falls. Wilson said, would have won 1K if Randall hit one more 3. 1 for 6 tonight. Who knows, man? We got 16 seconds to go. 16 seconds to go. Jalen Wells is at the foul line for 2 free throws. Randall could rush it down and shoot up a meaningless 3 and save you. Jalen Wells misses the first free throw. Jalen Wells knocks down the second one. They give them the 2. Randall has it up top. Pump fakes from 3. Down the lane. Lobs it up top to Gobert. It was off. Gobert hands it off to DiVincenzo. Right corner 3 fading out of bounds. DiVincenzo magic knocks it down. Grizzlies got to get it inbounds. Still 4-point game here, and the Grizzlies will use their final timeout. DiVincenzo was the guy who knocked down the 3, not Randall, unfortunately for you guys. Not Randall. But Minnesota still finds themselves down by 4. This is the final timeout of the game. Minnesota's out of timeouts. Now Memphis is out of timeouts after this one. So they're going to inbound it. They're going to look to foul right away. And then they're going to push it down and, I guess, heave up a shot. You know, Randall could possibly heave up a 3 at the buzzer here and knock it down for you guys. But this game is over with no timeouts, 5 seconds to go, and a 4-point deficit at least, 2-possession game at least. Memphis will be able to pull this one out. Unless a crazy missed 2 free throws, half-court heave with a foul goes in, is the only scenario in which Minnesota could even tie the game. So highly unlikely. Win Atuna Studio? What's up, Win? Plus 6.5, Handy Wolf safe. It looks like it's going to end up being at least a 4-point victory, if not a 5 or 6 point victory with, if the Grizzlies can inbound this, I guess they have to inbound it here. Minnesota, I mean, even if they steal it, turn, fire, 5 seconds to go in the game. So actually, because they called the timeout, they could advance the ball into the front court here. Get it into Jalen Wells, and Wells immediately gets fouled. Jalen Wells is at the foul line for 2. Previously just missed 1. He split a pair of free throws, so you're hoping maybe he can miss 2 here, but he knocks it down. Not like it mattered anyway. Well, this one is going to pretty much wrap it up. I'm going to throw the final screen up here. We'll update the score for whatever the final is here. As Wells goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. And with no timeouts to go, Naj Reid is going to throw it full court. Gets stolen by Wells. And Wells threw it back the other way. So it's at about 0.6 to go. And this one is over. This will be the final score here. Appreciate all of the channel members for continuously helping to support the channel. Appreciate everybody in the chat for hanging out with me here tonight. Win, Eddie, Justice's dad, Kinahara. Appreciate you guys. Marjune, Jake Taylor, Stir Show, Kay Hazy, Justice's dad, Kayla. Appreciate you guys. AP, appreciate you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Pretty decent games tonight. Fun, entertaining. Had some good ones. We watched both, so there's no way I could have been a jinx tonight. But we will be back tomorrow. The Knicks will be taking on the Indiana Pacers. It's a 7 o'clock start time, so we will be live at 6:30. We'll run through our pregame routine. The party will still continue. We'll see who is playing for the New York Knicks, as it feels like everybody's on the injury report going into tomorrow's game. I'm sure they had a good time in Vegas celebrating after the victory there. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see and discuss it tomorrow. With that being said, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. A little bit of a longer night than usual, 10:30 p.m. here on the East Coast time. We have been live for same time, 3 hours, right? 3 hours, normal as usual. Eddie said, Sheffy, it hit. Randall hit it 2 points. Did he hit 2 points? Nice. There you go, Eddie. There you go. But that's going to be it. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Remember to brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.